What's going on, drinking buddies? It's fucking 6 a.m., 6 hours before this comes out. I board a flight to New York in about 2 hours. I'm still sitting in my underwear, obviously recording this. So we'll see if I make it to Skankfest. Speaking of which, if you're in New York for Legion of Skankfest, I'll be around. Find me, do some shots with me. I'm going to try to get some podcasts done while I'm in New York. But let me knock out this pre-roll really fucking quick so I can make my flight. I'm the fucking worst, man. This week's episode is brought to you by our friends at Vinyl Me Please. Vinyl Me Please is the Record of the Month Club. The best damn Record of the Month Club. In fact, every month, Vinyl Me Please will send you one album that is essential to the modern collection. It comes with exclusive printings for Vinyl Me Please members, exclusive liner notes, exclusive color of the vinyl, comes with a cocktail recipe. It's fucking rad, man. So if you want to try out Vinyl Me Please, go to www.joinvmp.com/ANWD. Once again, that is www.joinvmp.com/ANWD. Do it. When you get your first vinyl, do me a solid. Tweet at me. Slide into the DMs. Tell me what you got. I'm excited about this shit. Also, we are brought to you this week by our friends at Ghost Tequila. Ghost Tequila, as you know, if you're a regular listener to this show, is a 100% agave Blanco tequila that is 80 proof and infused with fucking ghost peppers. I've been drinking so much of it recently that I am literally out of product. Hint, hint, Ghost. It's so good. I brought it to a couple 4th of July parties. Giant hit, doing shots with random performers. Oh, it was such a good time. If you were not lucky enough to buy Ghost in-state at your local liquor store, go to www.ghosttequila.com, pick up your own bottle, share with me your fucking ghost stories. I want to see you drink responsibly, but I want to see you do a couple shots. Also, last but not least, we are brought to you by our friends at Laughable. Laughable is the #1 comedy podcast app on iOS. Not only can you subscribe to your favorite podcasts, you can subscribe to your favorite performers, and it will pop up in your feed whenever they make an appearance on another show. You can subscribe to me, and when I occasionally make appearances on other people's podcasts, boom, it'll pop up right in app. So if you're on iOS and you are not listening to this on Laughable right now, stop what you're doing, go to the App Store, download it right now, re-download the episode. If you're on Google Play, go to laughable.com, sign up for the mailing list. The minute Android comes out, they will let you know. All right, I'm rushing through this shit because I still have to pack. I am the fucking worst, man. This week's episode is my buddy David Lord. David is a legendary fucking porn director. He is one of the people I partied with when I first got in the business. He's clean and sober these days, but that doesn't stop us from reminiscing about, partying, drinking, traveling around the world. Oh my God, this one was a ton of fun. We just kind of geeked out on music, travel, and partying. So sit back, pop a cold one, enjoy, guys. And if you're in New York for Skankfest, fucking find me. We'll do shots.
Check. Dankeschön.
Darling, Dankeschön. Awesome. And we're going, by the way.
Oh, we are going. Hi, boys and girls. Say hello to the kitties.
Well, welcome.
Thank you, man. Thank you for thank you for the invite. We've been trying to make this happen for a while. So.
I know. What the hell have you been doing with yourself?
Oh God. Working. A lot of working. That's basically what I've been doing.
I mean, besides randomly running into you on Saturday night, last time I saw you was on set in November.
Yeah, okay. So that was random. Let's tell the listeners about that. So There is a director in the porno world by the name of Mike Quasar. Well, Mike Quasar also loves the metal, loves the rock and roll, and is a drummer, and plays in a punk rock band fronted by a gay lead singer called the Cox, which, by the way, Jay is awesome. He's an awesome dude. Anyway, so they were playing the Rainbow. And I was there filming it because I'm looking to, do more music videos and shit like that in my life. And you were there. And I'm like, you here to see Mikey? And he's like, no, dude, I'm here to drink. I'm just here to hang out at the Rainbow. And I'm like, awesome. Awesome. But if you want to check out some, pretty cool gay punk rock, there's some pretty cool gay punk rock going up. And it was, did you see any of
Yeah, I rolled upstairs.
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
That guy, I swear to God, works that little fucking room. He had that room in the palm of his hand, and I thought he did a great job. But
oh no, it was a great show.
yeah, and they have a great song. It's my favorite. It's the Kashmir of gay punk rock. It's called Hate Load, and it just the title pretty much says it all. It's a great song. So yeah, that was fucking random as shit.
I know. I was just like, you're like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, hey.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. So other than that, I been producing, and I do a little bit of shooting, but basically producing. That's it. And spending money that I probably shouldn't spend.
Don't we all?
I think so. I think it's unfortunate that Canon and Sony and everyone just keeps putting out more cool gear for you to buy every 2 years. So,
well, that's really tragic for you if you're not even shooting.
well, I am. See, that's the thing is that I noticed it. Like I used to own cameras before, and I was directing for Adam and Eve and blah 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 blah, and shooting all the time and loving what I was doing. And then when the whole DSLR thing jumped off, I didn't jump on that bandwagon. I would just grab a buddy's or whatever, and I didn't own a camera. And then finally when 4K hit and the Sony A7S hit for so cheap, it was like $1,500, I jumped on board. I went, cool, I want to do this. And what I found out is that I love shooting. I do. I honestly do. Now, whether that's porn or not is to be debated, but I love to shoot. I love cameras and I love the art of it. And so now, being the idiot that I am, I'm selling off my A7Ss. By the way, if you want to buy A7S, awesome camera, and I have 2 of them.
Ooh, tempting.
Yeah, it's a good camera. And spent, fuck me, $13,000 on a Canon C300 Mark II.
God damn.
Yeah, that I'm picking it up. I was supposed to pick it up today. I'm picking it up tomorrow. But there's a lot of guys. I mean, there's a lot of guys out there with that camera. Barrett Blade, Mike Quasar, Alex Ladd, all the normal cast of characters.
Hey,
And,
Quasar even made me look good with it.
dude, it's a great camera. It's really great. So, hence my fucking spending money that I shouldn't be spending. But so yeah, so I actually I rekindled a passion. I don't know if necessarily the McDonald's of porn is awesome. Like Mike Quasar every day wakes up and shoots 4 scenes a day, every day. I don't know if that's what I want to be doing with my new C300. I think maybe coming up to the El Centro, the pad here, because your rooftop is sick and you've got 5 different looks of the city. And I go kind of like immediately when I saw it, I go like, I want to shoot this. You know what I mean? So if you're ever bored, I'll bring over my C300. We'll shoot your rooftop.
That's awesome. Hey, if you bring some girls with too, that's cool too.
Yeah, right. 'Cause it's gay if you just show up with a camera and some board shorts. Please, Dave, put your shirt back on.
No, it's fine. I just am trying to get some icing on that cake.
Yeah. Well, hey, I don't blame you, dude. Absolutely.
Like, ladies, let me show you my fully stocked bar and my rooftop.
Yes. I like the sound of it. Listen, getting a girl to come down to what is only can be described. If you ever come here, it's a pussy palace. And the rooftop is, I call it the panty dropper. And you take a girl up there and it's weird. The panties just come off.
Most of the time.
Most of the time.
Though the last girl I brought up there was like, oh, the Scientology Celebrity Center. I go there. I'm like, what? Like, what? Wait, what? Breaks? What?
Oh, no.
I met this girl. Yeah. I met this girl on J-Swipe. So, wait a minute. You're a Jewish Scientologist? What's happening here?
No way. Okay, so.
Dead serious.
Okay, so no, seriously. So what'd she say?
Oh, she's like, oh, hey, there's the Celebrity Center over there. I go there all the time. Like, what? Oh, why? For brunch? Because they do supposedly have a rad brunch.
That's awesome. So what was her answer? What is
she's like, no.
She's really into Scientology. She gave up Judaism and went, Scientology seems like the thing for me.
Apparently her mother
was a Scientologist.
And then...
Was she a blue shirt? Did she like one of the blue shirts?
I didn't go that deep.
Okay. Did you bang her?
I did not. Not for lack of trying. That would have been my first Scientologist.
Dude, I just want to know how it was. God, I've never even heard of anyone fucking a Scientologist.
I know. Are you supposed to do it through a sheet or or you gotta like, or do you have to hold on to the clamps?
I think there's something in that with Judaism.
Well, yeah, that's what the Orthodox.
Yeah, the Orthodoxes put a sheet. It's like the Brady Bunch in their bed. It's crazy.
Yeah. So with the Scientologists, maybe you have to hold the clamps that tell you Xenu level.
Then yeah, that's just.
And she may very well hear this because I'm pretty sure she listens to the podcast. So
hey, sweetheart, you do you. Just you do you. You do your thing.
Oh, no shade. I was still trying to fuck.
But if you want to have sex with my Jewish friend here, you should. You should just for the day come up to the panty dropper, have some Netflix and chill. Watch some Netflix and chill. Which is awesome because it's right by the Netflix building, so the line fucking plays perfect.
Yeah, but it works pretty well. No, the reason she didn't want to bang me was I didn't figure into her 5-year plan.
Bitch, I haven't even known you for 5 minutes. You want to figure in the 5-year plan?
She's just like, I really enjoy spending time with you. I'm really attracted to you, but like, it's never going to work out. So I just don't want to spend the time.
I get, listen, at the end of the day, I can get that. The older I get, the more cantankerous I get, and honestly, the least I want to waste less time. You know what I mean? I don't want to fuck around because I don't have much more time.
I mean, it was going to be like 120, 180 seconds tops.
Right. I'll give her the best 3.5 minutes of her life. I'll kill it. But that's just crazy. So I get that point, but fucking, you're young and have fun. Scientology girl, you're young, have some fun, live life, don't put on the blue shirt, and just come up to the panty dropper Roof Estates where my boy here will take care of you. Lovingly.
About 3 minutes.
With respect for about 3 minutes.
You may not respect me afterwards.
Yeah. Like, what the hell was that? That's awesome. All right, so I see that you... I'm sure your listeners know that you're sponsored by Ghost Tequila, right?
And I'm really bummed you're sober these days.
Yo, no. So seriously, like the last big run of booze that I was doing. Okay, so my genius was vodka infused shit, right? It was just starting to break and all that. And I was doing jalapeno peppers. I was doing whatever condiment was in the fridge. I might have tried mustard once. I'm not sure, but like.
How fucked up were you when the mustard happened?
Right, it was pretty bad. But it'd be vodka and water because I wanted to hydrate too, and it worked for a little bit. But yeah, so I started putting peppers and stuff in it, and it was badass. And it smells badass. And go Ghost, man, that's cool. If I was still drinking, I would be drinking that for sure. Not even lying, not even bullshitting.
So what made you decide to give up drinking? Because we have definitely drank together over the years.
Yes. I was Olympic fucking level partier.
Oh, yeah. No, I definitely remember partying with you when I first started getting in the industry. I'm like, I like partying with David.
Were you at the San Dimas where we hid San Dimas and Seth Gamble? Were you at that party?
Yeah.
You were at that party where we actually fucking hid San Dimas? Oh, that was the best ever. We'll get into that story next. What was I? Early 40s. Partying, like, and I've been on a 5-day run. And what my runs look like was party all night to about 6 in the morning. Because if I'm not working, I'm partying. Party all night to like 6 in the morning. Sleep for like 3 or 4 hours. Wake up so hungover, in so much pain that you do the start drinking again. and so you don't hurt. And if you stop, you're good. But if you don't stop, you just repetitively do it over and over and over. And then you add cocaine into it, and you're powered by cocaine, so it's just a big drink-a-thon. And that was like day 5, and I was hanging out with some guys, and we weren't drinking, and they're like, they went to go leave, and they're like, so you gonna keep drinking tonight? And I'm like, no, dude, I'm done. I'm fucking done. I'm just gonna go to sleep. And as soon as they left the house, I basically drank everything in the house, including the pucker. Like, who drinks pucker?
Frat girl, like sorority girls.
It's like drinking vermouth. It's like stupid, right? So I drank the pucker in 1996, 97. Was it 96, 97? Or maybe it was a little bit later. But when DVDs first hit, I did like the 3rd ever DVD, made the 3rd ever adult DVD out there. And I was doing a lot of business with China. And Chinese people, when they do business with you, they give you gifts. And he always gave me liqueurs. If you've ever had Chinese liqueur, it's the worst shit on the planet. So much so that it literally sat on my shelves for like 20 years because it's putrid. It's fucking putrid. And I poured myself a tall glass of it, and I was sucking it down, and I was just like, stop doing this. Stop drinking. Why are you drinking? It's horrible. So I'm drinking. I go for my second one, and I'm drinking it, and I'm like, stop drinking this. And my hand is still moving towards my mouth, and I'm still, even though in my head, I'm like, stop. I could not physically stop drinking. And for some reason, my mind snapped and said, destroy. Destroy it before you consume it. So I literally had a little mental breakdown, grabbed all the booze in my house, was this is funny. I had the wherewithal to throw it into the sink, so all of the glass and everything, I didn't go crazy just throwing it against walls and fucking up my whole house. I compartmentalized it, threw it in my sink, and literally broke every bit of more booze that I found, because I found some more booze, and melted down. And then that was the last day I drank, because I think it freaked me out that I physically couldn't stop. I no longer had control. And the first 48 hours were brutal.
I can imagine. I
was shaking, DTing. I had 5 guys there for 40 hours. Guys that I will love till the end of my days. Those guys will have a spot in my heart.
Oh, I thought you meant cheeseburgers.
No, dudes. Like, dudes stood with me and made sure I didn't die. You know what I mean? They just hung out.
No, those are good fucking friends.
Yeah, good fucking friends, man. Solid fucking dudes. And Jason Hadley, if you're listening, I fucking love you.
As I pour another drink.
Sandy stuff. Hey, no, dude, like, if you can drink, it's fucking fun. Listen, okay, so let me finish the story, and then I'll tell you what the real deal about drinking is. All right, so 48 hours, went to my first AA meeting. Well, not my first one, but my first one of many. And I was I looked like I had the palsy. Like, my hands were clenched and curled, and I was sitting there with my head down, just sweating. And then that was, after that, it was about 30 days later, and the obsession to drink was lifted from me. I was one of the lucky ones. I didn't battle it too hard. It came pretty fucking easy. I was fucking blessed. But now let's talk about truth with alcohol. All you non-drinkers out there that like to talk shit about how bad it was in your life and how alcohol was corrupted everything. You guys are lying motherfuckers, okay? Because let me tell you something. I had to relearn how to have fun, right? Because there's nothing funner than going to a hotel room with some fucking random chick and a bunch of cocaine and a bunch of tequila and getting fucked up and having sex and just being fucking retarded. Some of my best times, I was wasted. Some of the funnest moments in my life. There's nothing can beat it. Oh, God, what was that?
Don't worry about that.
Hello, you are now cut off. So anyone that says it's not a fucking blast is fucking lying to you. It's the best.
All my best stories. involve me being fucked up in some way or shape or form.
Right?
I mean, you were witness to me almost getting married at AVN 2014.
God, the stupid shit we do when we're drunk.
Right.
It's fun.
I mean, I do some stupid shit when I'm sober, but it's much more fun stupid shit when I'm drunk.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So we should tell the fucking Annie Sandemus story. What is that?
That is my laptop just fucking trying to run updates.
Oh, I get it.
Thankfully, that's not in the recording. It's just in our headsets.
I don't think it should be in the recording. If we could time it when I say something funny.
Just a boom. I got to plug an FX board in.
Yeah, right? Exactly. So, and now correct me because my memory is a little Swiss cheesy. Maybe I have a little bit of the wet brain, but whatever. All right, so we're out partying. Seth Gamble, Andy Sandemus. Seth, don't hate me because you tell the story too, so don't be a cunt and fucking call me up going, I can't fucking believe you said that shit. All right, so just take it and laugh at it because it's funny. We'll tell a fucked up one about me next. All right, so I think it's Tegan, Josh, me, you, Andy Sandemus, and Seth. And at the time, Seth was new and real green and really sensitive and really emotional. And he was still grown up. He's still becoming a man. He was a young kid, fresh into porn, working hard, partying hard. But yeah, he was very emotional, very sensitive dude. And me being the dick that I still am, Andy, him and Andy were kind of off and on again, dating, kind of. And we were fucking banged up. We were banged up one night. And we thought it'd be funny because he was like whooped on Andy Sandemus. Like, whooped.
Well, this is like near the height of her popularity.
Yeah.
Too.
And he's fucking like one of the hottest porn stars ever, like on, like on the side of the regular or whatever. And so we thought it'd be funny if we actually hid Andy in the room, covered her with clothes, right? It was underneath it like a shelf, like one of the shelves that just came out of the wall, and then we put clothes on her, and Seth's like going, "Where's Andy?" And it was like, "She left," and he's like, "What? No, she didn't leave, no." And isn't that the way I remember it? It's pretty close to what happened, right?
Yeah.
Right. He lost his shit, broke that motherfucker, broke him. And then he saw the foot and he just hated me. He's like, you motherfucker. Don't worry about it, bro. Let's do a line.
I feel like the parties were a little more wild, a little more fun those days.
It was great. And dude, if you go back, it was even more decadent and more fun.
Well, that is before my time.
Right. But it was, I remember Gina Fine and, oh God, I wanted to fuck her so bad. Do you know who Gina Fine is?
I do not.
Google that shit.
I'm on it right now.
She was like the first kind of rocker porn chick, like legit rocker porn chick. All about her. Gina Fine. If for some reason you listen to this, I fucking love you. And Debbie Diamond. Do you know who Debbie Diamond is? She made a comeback a couple years ago. Dude, that chick right there, Gina Fine, has fucking skills, like sex skills. But she was one of the first bad girl, bad boy kind of fucking rocker chicks back in the day. And very good actress and sexually just a fucking juggernaut. And I remember her and Debbie Diamond. Debbie Diamond was doing cartwheels down, I forget which hallway. It was like the Rio fucking front desk and stuff. And me and Ian Daniels were hanging out playing the slots or whatever. And they wanted dick and cocaine. And it was just a different time. It was crazy. It was just fun. But yeah, that was a good time. So it was a little bit more decadent and nuts. But yeah, that was fun times. There was a lot of fun times back then.
Oh, see?
Is that shit still going off? I mean, are people still having the fun times like that, or is it?
It's not quite as crazy.
Right.
I feel like it's a little more, a little more tame these days.
Maybe it should be a little more tame.
Why?
Because some of these girls are tragic. Sorry, tragic girls. Don't be offended. Just a joke. But yeah, they're fucking hot messes.
Well, there's always been hot messes in the industry, right?
Yeah.
on every aspect of the industry.
We need? Who is the? Not that I know her. I'm not making a judgment call. Maybe I am making a judgment call. Maybe I'm being judgy. Who gives a fuck? Remember there was like Tanner Mays or like all the fucking train wrecks that like someone grabbed some video of and posted on the internet of them being just hot fucking messes.
Yeah, that has definitely happened a bunch of times.
Right. When's like Tanner Mays was like the last one that happened to? Oh no, the chick with the N-bombs that was talking all the N-bomb stuff. That was the last one that kind of.
I mean, there was just one girl not too long ago that was being super racist on Instagram.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
That was that was being super racist, dropping the N-bombs. That was the last train wreck that made that we had video of. But there seemed to be a lot more of them back in the day.
Well, there weren't as many cameras readily available to capture it.
No, there was. I'm saying that there was more of the train wrecks. I think there's less.
Well, there were
train
more
wrecks now. That's girls
are more conscious of it.
Right.
Because there's more cameras around.
Right.
So they're less likely to be train wrecks.
Right.
Back in the day, like camera phone.
Ew.
Yeah, there's no camera phone. Fucking.
Yeah. So I think more train wrecks, man. Fucking hot messes are sexy.
For a hot minute.
They are.
And then it just, like, what did I do?
Yeah, like you meet him on Sunday, and by Thursday you're going, oh my fucking God, I gotta get out of here.
Like, I stuck my dick in you? Oh no.
A lot. Only 3 minutes at a time, but a lot of times.
Well, yeah. And like,
make it up in quantity.
Exactly. Quantity over quality, girl. Quantity over quality. I do not have a porn dick. There's a reason I've never wanted to be a performer.
Right.
So,
yep.
I'm gonna give you quantity over quality. I may make you some breakfast.
Yeah, because I'm a kind of guy. Like I'm a nice guy. I'll make you breakfast.
Well, most of I'm making myself breakfast. I'm just gonna give you
some
extra.
Yeah, you get the potatoes and the shit. That's hilarious. That's fucking hilarious. No, I was always that guy. I was always one. Here's some coffee. You got your bag on you? Yeah. You want a bump instead? That's fucking hilarious. So it's not as crazy, like, because we were talking earlier about how in the hood where we're at, I used to go to a lot of after hours, gambling, cocaine, hooker. Is hooker okay? Can you still say hooker?
Say fucking whores. I don't care.
Right. I don't know if they get mad at saying hooker now.
Hey, if they're getting mad at it, that means they are it.
Right. Well, you shouldn't be mad at it because you have, so it's not a bad thing. So,
ladies, if dudes are willing to pay you for your time and your pussy, sell it.
Sell it. Fucking A. Who gives a shit?
As long as you're being safe about it, who cares?
Right. Exactly.
I mean, if I could sell that dick, I would.
I'd be slinging dick. I would have a vending machine with my dick in it. Just whoever wanted to come up and pay for it, you can have it.
Well, I'm not sure I can get hard for a dude. So
yeah, it's true. That's true. Maybe not the dude. Maybe not. Yeah. But still,
you've heard the thing Federosi often poses to people, like, who's gayer, the pitcher or the catcher?
Well, technically, the pitcher.
Exactly, because he's the one who has to get
There's
it up.
A physical manifestation that needs to happen, so there needs to be an arousal. Therefore, yeah,
right.
I agree. It's the pitcher.
The catcher doesn't necessarily have to enjoy it.
You don't have to enjoy it. You're there's the raper and the rapee, or the taker and the take, whatever. But yeah, I agree with you. Federosi, what's up?
Well, and that's the thing. Like, if someone were going to be like, "I'll give you $1 million for you to suck my dick," I'd be like, it's going to be the most unenthusiastic blowjob you will ever get of your life.
Yeah, it's still $1 million.
Like, you're going to change my life?
Yeah.
I mean, I know many women who have taken a load in the mouth for a lot less.
It's funny. There were some guys that done some crossovers years ago that were friends of mine, and everyone was like all judgy, like judgy. And I'm like, listen, it's not my thing, and I'll talk a little shit because of course I'm going to talk shit. But at the end of the day, when he passes by us in his Lamborghini, who fucking cares?
Right.
You know what I mean? He's rich now. He's got man cum all over his face. It's not my thing, but God bless him and his fucking.
Well, that's the thing. I'd take the $1 million anonymously.
Yeah, there's not going to be photographic evidence. Right. Yeah, no.
Much like many of my partners, our shame will be in private.
Yes. All shame should be in private.
So unfortunately, we know a lot of people whose shame is caught on camera for prostitution.
Everything is public now. Everything. Okay, here's something, and here is the assault of the dick kind of off ideas. Okay, so the Me Too movement, go girls, fully for it. Just saying, your PR person didn't think this through. All right, Me Too, right?
Right.
But how is it presented? Like grammatically, how is it presented?
The hashtag.
Right. Hashtag Me Too.
AKA pound sign.
Pound sign.
Yep.
Pound Me Too. No one fucking caught that. No one said, maybe we shouldn't put out Pound Me Too. It's two sides to every coin is what I'm saying, people. just the jokes, folks. That's not for real. But yeah, I thought that was funny. Pound Me Too. Oh my God.
I saw that joke a little while ago.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah. Again, just, no one thought that through.
Well, only us old folk who were like, pound sign.
Pound, yeah, because the millennials don't get it. They don't know what the pound sign is.
Right. They're like, hashtag.
Yeah, that's a hashtag on my phone. No, it's the pound symbol on your phone.
Twitter took the most useless symbol on a phone and turned it into something.
Right. Exactly.
Well, and that's the thing. That comes from on Twitter. Back in the day, you actually had to text your tweets in.
What do you mean? Back in the days, text your tweets in.
So when Twitter first launched,
right,
you had to text them
really
to a phone number.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, I did not know that. See, you learn something new every day.
Well, and that's why it's 140 characters, because you had up to 20 characters to name have your name,
right,
your profile name, and 140 is the rest of the 160 from an SMS.
Got it, dude. I love that. I never learned shit. I try to learn shit, but that's great.
No, I was one of the assholes who was on Twitter when you had to text it in, and you didn't have a feed on your fucking app.
Right.
It would text you every tweet that you got.
That's horrible. I take off my notifications now.
Could you imagine his actual fucking texts coming in?
Oh, that'd be horrible. But that's fucking funny. See, that's like kind of like your launching point, right? I remember when the internet first came out and you used to download a fucking picture and it would take forever, and there were these boards or bods or whatever, and these communities where you would share these pictures and it would take forever.
Oh, I know.
Forever.
I was getting pornography in the dial-up days.
Oh, you were? Yeah. Dude, that was crazy shit.
So in high school, I ran a BBS.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
And we had a members-only section that had, porn on it.
Yeah.
And, Jesus Christ, talk about 25 half hour just to get a fucking still. A low-res still.
You kids today don't know what we had to do to get our pornography.
Right? Someone calls you and you forgot to turn off call waiting during that. You lost it. Start all over.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that's crazy that you remember that shit. Yeah, there's half of your listeners are going, what are they talking about?
Yeah, they're like, they never had to hear a horrible modem noise.
Yeah, dude, everything's so accessible. So accessible. I kind of sometimes think that maybe, a nice little EMP would kind of level the playing field.
Oh, it fucks so many people.
Right?
What do I do for food if I can't order from Grubhub?
Right. No, look.
No Postmates?
Okay, because you may remember the time when you used to remember people's phone numbers, right?
Yeah, I used to.
Do you remember Thomas Guides?
I do.
Okay. So now I'm sucked in. I don't remember any phone numbers. I don't remember, I just jump in the car and push my address in, or put the address in rather, and my phone takes me to wherever I'm going. I don't remember shit.
I know. No, I used to know everyone's fucking number.
Yeah.
Everyone's fucking number. Hold on, that's our booze. Well, that's your near beer.
Yeah, because this is my party.
So we're back from near beer break.
Yes, I got my near beer, dude. Thank you so much, man. St. Pauli Girl, NA. It does the trick.
For you, maybe.
Well, here's the deal. Listen, I'm me, right? So it triggers the sensors that I'm, being social and all that. So this is my party now. Is I smoke my weed because I like the weed. So I got the vape. Now I don't drink Monsters or Cokes anymore, but when I go out, I'll drink a Monster. So I got a Monster in front of me, and then I have a St. Pauli Girl NA. So it's like my little, my little party is a little bit of weed, some energy drinks, and some fake beer. Game fucking on.
Oh, yeah. So before we were interrupted by that, we were just talking about what partying and goddamn, David Lord just chugging that motherfucker.
That's good, man. That's the problem. That's the way I drink beers.
I remember. He like crushed half the bottle like in 20 seconds.
Yeah, that's good. It's good times. So what were we talking about?
I think we were talking about partying in the industry and just train wrecks and.
Oh yeah, train wrecks. There. I think I'll throw a shout out to Karma RX.
I love Karma.
She's fucking hot as fuck and just a down chick. That chick is down. So it's funny as fuck too. Her tweet last night was hilarious. But she said it. She goes, I was expecting this community of people, and I think there still is a community of people, but this fun community of people that I don't think it exists like it used to.
I feel like the minute you get identified as a problem child,
then you're cut, right?
You're potentially cut.
What about Mike Quasar? He's behind
child. The camera,
right? He's a fucking problem child.
There's a difference between being a problem child behind the camera and being a problem child in front of it.
Mike, for one, Mike's not a problem child. He's a good dude. But yeah, I get it. I get it. Yeah, it just seems like the community has dwindled down, and it's not as much fun as it used to be. Maybe it's just me being old. I don't know.
No, I honestly feel like it's a lot of dog eat dog, like because there's just not as much work to go around. So things are a little more cutthroat. People are, vying for the same work.
It's true.
There's not girls getting booked 5-6 times a week anymore.
I think there's a top 10, maybe like top 15, 20% that is. But yeah, you're right. You're right. It was so funny. We were talking to, Xander and Seth. Those are my boys. You know what I mean? We
sober posse?
No, just even, we were getting fucked up together. Not necessarily the sober posse, but they're
these days.
Well, yeah, it's funny how all the fucking train wrecks actually got sober. It's like, we better, stop fucking doing this. Or
have you ever seen the video of me and a bunch of other people carrying Xander out of a hotel room at AVN?
I lived with Xander. I haven't seen that. No, I haven't seen.
Well, we'll get off here. I'll have to show you that video.
But it was funny. I remember. All right, Xander, here you go. Here's a bus hitting you. I remember I got a phone call, and we were in Vegas, and a buddy called up. You got to come over here and help Xander. And I'm like, what's going on? He's a hot mess. He's threatening to jump. I'm like, what floor are you on? He's like, the second story. And I'm like, all right, he'll just break his ankle. It's not that big of a deal. He'll live. He'll live. No, I'm not going to go fucking help you. Tell that guy to fucking sober up and fucking, get his shit together. But we so many great stories. I've been in the opposite seat many times. But we were talking about new guys, and when those guys were coming in, they were new, and we kind of took them under our wing, and they were our boys, and gave them guidance, or told them what's up. And one of the things we said was, see, you guys are the new guys coming in. Pretty soon you will be the veterans, and you will be looking at these new guys coming in going, these fucking idiots don't know shit. And sure as shit right now, because they have experience and they do know the game, like breathing. They see these new guys coming in and just going, you guys are fucking idiots. And you kind of watch them train wreck out. It's hilarious. But yeah, it's funny how the shoe, how eventually you come on the other side of it. You know what I mean?
I'm not there yet.
Yeah, you are, dude. Come on. So yeah, good times, dude. Good. I like this, and I can't hit this in the.
Hit it away.
Yay!
Just please don't breathe right into the mic. I don't need my mic smelling like yo ganja.
Yo ganja, yo. I got this new stuff today because I smoke a lot.
I thought that was your fucking car keys.
It's the stealthiness of the shit, right?
He has a goddamn vape that looks like a large, flip out Mercedes key.
Yeah, and just. Bam! There it is.
That is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool as shit. I saw it, fell in love with it, bought like 8 of them.
Aren't those refillable, reusable?
Yeah.
Then why'd you buy 8?
Well, because I lose them. I'm an idiot. But the thing was, I smoke a lot, and then I was smoking flower, which I didn't know if you smoked. I brought you some Skywalker OG flower. And
I appreciate the offer. I sadly don't smoke.
You should take some for the panty dropper upstairs in case some girl wants some.
Well, that's why there's other parties' favors in the house that I don't partake of too.
Yeah.
I just drink and smoke cigars and occasional hallucinogen.
Oh, really? You take you? What are you? A Molly guy or an acid guy?
Acid.
People are doing acid.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I used to do acid. I oh my god, dude. We used to.
Acid's fun. Mushrooms too.
Mushrooms are cool. They're more for me. I can go out on mushrooms and stuff now as an older guy. But we used to, when we were kids, like 14, 15, ride our BMX bikes, usually PK Rippers or Mongooses or some bullshit like that. There was always the one kid on a Huffy, which was sad. But we
poor kid.
Right, the poor kid. And we'd fucking take acid and just ride our bikes for hours everywhere and just eat oranges off of trees because for some reason we thought the vitamin C would get us going again.
Oh my god, I knew that. Where did that urban legend come from?
No, but we did it like a lot.
I remember the first time I dropped acid, we bought so much fucking orange juice.
Right? Because it's supposed to like give you that bump. Like when you're coming down, you do the OJ and it's like get you going again. I don't know that that's true.
I don't either. I am not a scientist nor a chemist, so I don't know.
Right. I'm thinking no. I think what helps to give you that next bump is another hit of acid. Right. But we were doing so they have like blotters, like little papers and like little squares and stuff. And
that's still a thing.
It's fucking a rat. Now
it's hard to come by, but
back in the day, they used to cut it with like strychnine or some bullshit, and it gave you these horrible churning stomach aches, like towards like your 7th and 8th hour.
I remember that shit.
All right, is it still the way it is?
Yeah.
I fucking hate that. I remember being up all night doing acid, and it was like noon, and I was on the couch, couldn't go to sleep, still tripping, breathing in and out, in and out, trying to control my breathing patterns and chanting in my head, sleep, sleep, sleep. Because if I didn't meditate and say sleep, I would think there were dragons coming in and then it would just start a whole nother thing. It was bad. It was bad back in the day to come down off of acid.
I remember. I remember taking acid one time, being done with my whole night, done with my party. Came home. I had a ceiling fan at the time. I must have spent 4 or 5 hours just staring at the fucking ceiling fan. Just like, oh, that's kind of giving me trails. That's
yeah, right.
Like, fuck. I'd like to go to sleep. Trails.
That's why I liked Molly when Molly came out and ecstasy and all that shit, because it was all the good shit of acid and none of the bad stuff. Like the come down was great. You know, for me at least, when I did it, it was awesome because it wasn't that hard. Now, the effects that I saw of Molly and ecstasy were guys that did it all the time. Like when you did it, like when we were kids doing acid, if you did it all the time, you became like this, I don't know, greasy, lecherous freak. You know, you're just like, hey, you know, that guy. A couple of my friends turned into those guys because they did so much fucking ecstasy. But I loved it. It was great. And mushrooms were cool because you go skateboarding, you go see a movie, take some mushrooms, go see, you know, The Wall back in the day. But
I went and did psychedelic truffles in Amsterdam back in September.
Right. Oh, really?
That was fun.
What was your acid movie or what was your psychedelic movie that you like to watch? Mine was Pink Floyd The Wall because
that's the classic. That is definitely the classic.
I love that fucking movie. Jacob's Ladder's pretty good too.
Jacob's Ladder's pretty good. I can't remember from back in the day, but what I did watch briefly while we were in Amsterdam on mushrooms was The Neon Demon.
What is that?
Oh, you haven't seen that movie?
No.
It is a super trippy horror movie that involves models.
When you say models, like fashion models?
Yeah, like fashion models.
Oh, really? Do they die?
Yeah.
Are there breasts?
Yeah,
Is there gore?
a little bit.
I'm into it. I'm watching the movie.
When we get off air, I'll fire up like the first 30 seconds of it, and it'll give you a good tone for it.
Okay.
It stars Elle Fanning.
Okay, cool.
It's a super weird movie.
I like it. I like shit like that. That's
But
fucking awesome.
on mushrooms, it was just like, oh shit.
Again, some of the best times doing fucking stupid shit. Great times. Great times.
See, when Dare tells you drugs are bad, they are lying to you.
They're lying to you.
They are just trying to fuck up your life.
The abuse of drugs is bad.
Right. When you miss work over drugs,
When you're
that's bad.
fucking up your life over drugs and you've chosen to do drugs over than, I don't know, paying rent, then yeah, you're a fucking idiot and snap out of it. But fucking getting back, like Paul Stanley, I can't believe I'm going to quote Paul Stanley. People, anything in moderation, man. Like, really, you don't have to abuse it. Have a fucking great life. Enjoy life. There's so many senses and things to do and experiences you can have. Enjoy it. Just don't let it control you.
Definitely.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Right.
Nothing should be in control of you except you, but altering your perception a little bit.
That's fucking awesome.
Exactly.
See, I don't have a dimmer switch. That's what my problem is. It's all or nothing.
So does addiction run in your family, or?
Yeah, completely. My mom's an addict. My dad was a drinker. His story was pretty funny. He remarried, like when I was like 7 or 8, to a woman that had a daughter, and he embraced and having a stepdaughter. Right, he really embraced it and owned the role. And one day, and he was a heavy drinker. He was the type of drinker that, where's dad in the morning, and you look out in the lawn, and the car's on the fucking lawn when he's on the side. I mean, he's a drinker.
He's one of these guys that are like, oh, now I know why there's 6 a.m. bars.
Yes. Oh, the 6 a.m. bar for him was awesome. And my stepsister, Viv, hey Viv, had ran away, right? And he literally couldn't get up to go find her. And that freaked him out, and they quit drinking. But yeah. Everyone liked to party.
Nothing wrong. Well,
No, there's
nothing wrong in
with
moderation, as we were
it.
saying.
Exactly. Do it in moderation. Don't do it like me.
Where'd you grow up?
Born and raised, man, Los Angeles.
Holy shit.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like I trip out when I drive into Hollywood and how much it's changed from when I was a kid. And I think we got out to Hollywood, grew up in the IE, and then got out to Hollywood like at about 12. When I was 12, San Fernando Valley and Hollywood and all that. So, yeah, California native, Southern California from 12 on.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, where are you from originally from?
Chicago.
Chi-Town. Nice.
Yes, sir.
Do you like going home?
Only during the summer months.
Right? So it's so Chi-Town, Chicago's nice during the summer?
Oh, it's amazing town during the summer. Chicago is a interesting place. It is a hard drinking fucking town.
Right.
Dead serious. If I had not moved out west, I would probably still be sitting on a bar stool at a 4 a.m. bar right this moment.
King Eddie's in Los Angeles was like that for me.
Oh, I love King Eddie's.
Yeah, that place was back in the old King Eddie's was great.
But
so you would be at a 4 a.m. bar in Chicago because it's hard drinking out there.
it's just a hard drinking. It's just what social life was about. The GM at Exit Chicago, which is my home bar back home, asked me at one point, like, Matt, what do you do for a living? You are closing the bar 5-6 nights a week. I'm like, well, I actually do armed security for a living.
No. You were a licensed arms. Oh, yeah. That's the best story ever.
And I often was starting my shift about an hour and a half, 2 hours after I closed the bar.
Oh, really?
Yep.
God bless America. America.
Like, I had a gig where, I was doing armed security, but I could nap on and off all day.
Oh, did you ever, did it ever get squirrely where you were kind of hungover?
Oh, yeah. I was friends with my direct supervisor.
Yeah.
He's like, I have to unfollow you on Twitter. You are just incriminating yourself. Like, I see the timestamp that you were at a bar 2 hours ago.
Right. You were supposed to be working, right?
You're rolling into work. Oh. Gun on your hip. because I was working for an armored car company at the time.
Right.
So I would roll in, and my partner would know how much I'd had to drink the night before to how big my energy drink I brought in.
Right. The big 7-Eleven fucking.
Like I'd bring in Monster at one point made 64 ounce, like a 64 ounce can, like a giant like oil can.
Was it the one that when you open it went?
Yeah.
Yeah, they still do.
Well, then this is the bigger one.
The bigger one.
Yeah, the bigger one than that. And if I rolled in with that, it's like, oh fuck, you're fucked up.
Rough night.
The worst I ever rolled in though was Halloween 03. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I went to a house party. I got trashed. Like just annihilated. May have drove to work afterwards. Like, and got on the wrong expressway.
Oh.
So from where the party was, work was due fucking east.
Right.
If you made a left on the wrong expressway, you went north. The next exit was 10 miles away.
Oh, yeah. That's like the 5 and the 14. If you pass the 14, you're fucked.
Right. So I went all the way up to the northwest side of Chicago.
Right.
Got off, got back, turned all the way the fuck back around. Got hit with 2 open toll violations because I'm like, I'm not pulling into an actual toll booth.
All right. So you blow through them.
Yeah. They will know I'm fucked up if I have to deal with a live person.
Right. Clearly.
Made it to work, slept in my car. The guy I was working with the next morning was like, hey man, you coming in today? I'm like, yeah, I'm in the parking lot. They get me in. We were supposed to have a slack-tastic day. They end up throwing me on another route.
Right.
Like that's a full day. I tell the dude I'm working with, this is the first time I'm working with him, I'm like, hey man, I'm going to be a piece of shit today. I'm just warning you.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to be a piece of shit today. Like, all right. And we went and did the day. Thankfully, nothing happened, but it was bad. Like, my buddy's like, you stay away from management. You smell like a still.
It was so funny. I was never, that's the one, kind of like the line I didn't cross. Oh, sorry. That was kind of like the line I never crossed. Like, I would never get fucked up at work. I didn't drink at work. I just wouldn't do it because as soon as the alcohol hits my lips, it becomes the most important thing. So I remember towards the end there, my boy Barrett was directing for Adam and Eve, and we were doing this super cool movie, like, because I'm really into like old school grindhouse movies and shit like that. So we were doing like Bikini Bandits or something. Like, we had my '69 Fury and girls bikinis and guns, and it was cheesy. It sucked just right. And I literally got up the morning of and was so hungover, like I didn't know how I was going to get through the day, and it was all outdoors. Well, not all of it, a lot of it was outdoors. And Barrett's the best because like we're boys and we're partying. We didn't party that night together, but we partied together. So
right.
And he's like, suck it up, buddy. No, like, oh, I feel for you, bro. It's all good. You'll get through this. He's like, suck it up, man. Man up, dude. Time to do the job. And I'm like, you motherfucker. And we did it. We actually made a really super cool movie. But that first day was rough.
Oh, I can imagine. And that's the thing. Like, I would never drink on the job. I just occasionally indulge a little bit before the job. But when I was roadieing for any girls, like, I'd be in strip clubs and not drinking.
Right.
Like,
yeah, because after a while, yeah.
Well, it's just in my mind when I'm out, with a feature, I'm like, I have a lot of things I got to keep track of.
Yeah, dude. But when you're running a feature, it's a different. That you got to be on point.
Yeah, I wouldn't drink that. The minute the club closed, they'll be like, shots, please.
Right. Yeah. No, because once it's the night's over and you don't have to worry about. The money's pulled in, blah, 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 blah.
The money's pulled in. Some dude's not getting handsy with my client.
Right. It's about getting in a cab and getting into a hotel room. At that point, you're good.
Well, and what's super fucked up in hindsight is I gave more of a damn about making sure a feature was taken care of than my own life, potentially. Because I'd roll in half in the bag with a gun on my own hip.
That's just crazy that you were fucking running around with a gun on your hip, just fucking,
delivering hundreds of thousands of dollars at times.
You got to write this shit down, dude. There's got to be some great stories.
There's a handful of them. The amount of like stupid shit I have seen on that job.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I
I could fucking imagine, dude. That's hilarious. I'm gonna grab another beer.
All right, we'll pause for a sec.
Oh.
There's a big difference between being fucked up on the job, being fucked up before the job, right?
Technically, yes. Yes. Yeah, but I was just that's never. I didn't like going to work even hungover. I think there was one time before that I was hungover, and it was not from a lack of trying not to be hungover. Is I was so hungover, I drank so hard that it took 2 days because I planned it. I'm like, oh, I got to work this day, so I'll stop drinking this day. And usually I give myself a day and then I'd be okay. It took 2 days to get over the It was a 2-day hangover, so therefore the second day fell on a work day, and it was bad.
See, I guess I'm lucky. I rarely get hangovers.
Oh, you're blessed. It's the only reason to not drink is the hangovers, really, for me.
Well, why do you think I'm not stopping?
Right. That's the thing. Is you never have a hangover if you don't stop drinking.
Well, I don't know what's up with my body because back in the day, I would definitely get hangovers. I would definitely get bad hangovers.
Right.
And these days, I so rarely get them.
Oh.
I mean, there are definitely points where I've woken up hugging a toilet, but I'm still not hungover. I'm just like, oh, I'm tired, but I'm not hungover.
I remember one time me and Alex Ladd went to go see Ace Frehley at the fucking House of Blues, and I was so drunk, I was on the shitter, and I had to puke, and I was shitting, and instead of getting up and puking in the toilet because that'd be gross because I had shit in it,
right?
I puked in my tub, and as I went to go puke in the tub, I sheared the toilet seat off of the toilet. Right, and so I took the toilet lid off. I puked in the and I was drinking vodka cranberry, so it's like fucking just red.
Oh God,
everywhere. And I think I woke up. I woke up in my bed. I did not wake up in the bathtub, but yeah, I love those fucking crazy nights when you wake up. You're like, what the fuck did I do? Oh,
there's definitely been a couple conventions where I've woken up like shoes still on.
Yeah, there's been some conventions where it was from day. You get that weird like wind. You get the first wind, right, and then you're partying because like from the moment you land, you start drinking. And we used to
the moment you land, shit on the plane.
Yeah, you got a pregame. But
that's what Sky Lounges are for.
Exactly. We used to come in, go to Bally's. Me and my buddy Ray Palmer, back when I was selling for Western Visuals. And we get Long Island iced teas every fucking year. We walk in and go to Bally's, get Long Island iced teas. It was fucking awesome. But yeah, you get at a convention, you start drinking, and then you know the next day you're kind of dragging a little ass, but you get that second wind about midday. Go have some cocktails at the bar. By the fucking 6th or 7th day, you're just in this weird zombie-like state that is fueled by booze, but somehow you're not drunk. You're not drunk, but you're just partying. It's just you're at a convention, and then you hit the crescendo. Then you go to the AVN show, and then that's another party. And I've even stayed a day or two after the show. Like everyone, like the diehards will be at the Hard Rock Sportsbook like the day after. Go, no, I'm staying. I'm going to have one more day.
That's fucking nuts.
Yeah, it was. Have you experienced that where you get that like zombie like?
Oh, definitely, definitely. I mean, you're talking to a guy who regularly brings a bottle of booze in his backpack.
It's true. I remember you. I remember you and San Dimas walking by the Circle Bar. I believe it was at Hard Rock. It might have been Venetian.
No, it was Hard Rock. It was definitely Hard Rock.
Yep. And you guys were rocking a bottle of Jack Daniels, right?
Yep.
Was it Jack?
Yeah. That time it was Jack.
That was Jack. And it was just like, what are you guys doing? And then you guys just pulled out the bottle of Jack and go, this is what we're doing. And we're like, cool. And I think a couple guys took a pull off of it or something, and then you guys went on and did your business.
Yep.
You guys didn't actually hang out for too long, but yeah, you guys were just fucking rocking a huge bottle of Jack Daniels.
And that's how I roll every year. It's like $10 cocktails, bottle in my backpack.
Yeah. There was always a flask. Were you ever a flask dude?
Oh yeah, no, I was a flask dude, but why do a flask when I can bring a whole bottle?
Well, that's true. I just meant in general.
Oh yeah, no, I'm totally a flask dude.
Guy.
Like, especially in LA where it's like, if I want a whiskey, I'm paying like $15 a goddamn whiskey.
I remember the first time that I ever experienced that, because I was always like a little I like my dirty little bars. You get your $3 fucking Pabst Blue Ribbon, $2 Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Not in this town anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't happen anymore, right? Remember, there was a place called Zaytar's on Coanga that we used to hang out at, and it was just great. But I remember I went to Garden of Eden, which was this foofy, club back in the day in Los Angeles, and it was a bunch of friends. There was like 3 or 4 of us, and I bought a round of drinks, and it was like 2 shots, a couple drinks, 3 drinks, and she's like, "That'll be $87." And I went, "On what fucking planet is that $87?" But there was like this big divide that was, and it was, there was the shitty bars, like not shitty, but the
dives.
The dives. There was Bordner's. There was the Rainbow, which really isn't dive, but it's kind of divey.
It's got a dive feel with not dive prices.
Right. But back in the day, it wasn't that expensive because you used to spend $10, you get 2 drink tickets. Right, and now it's $10. You get one $9 drink ticket or whatever. But you used to get taken care of there. But then there was all these bars. But then all of a sudden these fancy places started going, and I didn't really hang out there. When I went there and ordered a round, it was almost $100. I shit myself. And now that's the norm. Like you're saying, there's not a lot of the cheap places anymore.
I cannot go out in Hollywood without dropping $100 on myself.
Right. Right.
That's why I don't go out all that often anymore.
Like when I drove down here, I remember I'm actually looking forward to taking the other way home because I'm going to drive by the Frolic Room. Right, I love that place. I got drunk there so much. It was such a great place. Back in the day, they used to light the bar on fire.
Really?
Yeah, they used to get 151 and fucking like about 130, like right before last call. They'd everyone would pick up their drinks. They'd light it on fire. It was super cool. And then you order your last drink and you go home. Do you hang out there? Does that place still popping?
It's still popping.
Is it cheap or is it
for Hollywood? It's cheap.
Right.
It's still not cheap, but
right.
I go to Frolic. I go to Burgundy.
Burgundy Room was cool back in the day.
It's still really rad.
That's on Coango, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burgundy's still rad. Loaded's gone, sadly.
Yeah, Loaded's gone. You know what's cool? My buddy owns a place, Velvet Margarita Cantina, which is right there. That place is a lot of fun.
Yeah, I go there occasionally.
Yeah, it's kind of like that mid thing. It's between Foofy and Hole in the Wall. It's kind of like, it's got a cool vibe, cool people, not super pricey, not super cheap, just fair, I think. But Loaded's gone. What was the bar that was across the street? The punk rock bar that was across the street
from Loaded?
Yeah, for years it was there. I'm never going to remember because again I have the wet brain. But yeah, it was like Loaded, but it was a punk rock version of it.
I feel like that's before my time.
Maybe. But yeah, Loaded was cool. I remember seeing Xander Corvus play there. It was rad.
Yeah, I was there that night.
Yeah, he fucking rocked that place, man. That was great.
Circle of Violence.
Circle of Violence, man. Yeah, he was actually really, really good that night. I really enjoyed that show. That sucks. Loaded's gone. There was some cool shows there.
A lot of cool shows. I used to just hang out there all the time.
Well, yeah, because like-minded people. You want to hang out with people that like what you like, so you have something in common. Plus, girls. You want to go with girls.
Girls hung out there amazingly.
Metal girls.
Like, for a scummy... and that's the thing.
We're dirtbags. Come on.
Scummy metal bars in Chicago, only so many girls. Scummy metal bars in Hollywood, a lot of girls for some reason.
A lot of chicks, right? Because they like scummy guys and we're scummy guys. So, but no.
Speak for yourself, sir. I am an upstanding citizen.
Yeah, right.
I almost said that with a straight face.
Yeah, right. But yeah, no, it's funny. Like, I was shocked how many hot chicks were at the Rainbow the other night.
I know.
There were some, I'm going to get hate mail. There were some beasts, but for the most part, there were some really hot girls.
Well, you can't tell who's hot if there's not ugly girls to offset it.
Yes. The ugly girls need love too.
Just not from me when I'm sober.
I did, yeah, when you're sober. When you're drunk, it's like, I don't discriminate. Fuck it, let's fuck. But
well, it's not like I'm a goddamn model.
Right. I'm not winning any fucking beauty contest. Oh my God. I remember me and Seth used to go out all the time, and he used to claim I was the best wingman ever. Like ever. But we used to go out and just have a great time slaying chicks. We were monsters together. It was crazy. We had the best luck. Back in the day, not Xander, but the Frolic Room. I was playing in punk rock bands and whatever, and this is like one of those dirty, scummy bars in LA. It was fucking at Nationals there now, but back in the day, it was shitty little bar. And we used to have this leather jacket that was red and black, and it had studs like all over it, like Judas Priest. Like the whole arm was done, the arms were done, and like the lapels were done, and shit. It was metal. It was like a metal jacket. And chicks loved it so much, we called it the pussy jacket. And every guy that wore this jacket, when you went out, you scored. Like you scored chicks. Chicks loved the jacket. And if you're in the jacket, you're going to get pussy. We called it the pussy jacket. It got so bad that, I'm shit you not, we would write the names of the chicks on the inside. And there was like 7 of them before we lost the jacket. But there was like 7 names on the inside of the lapel of all the girls that we had fucked wearing the jacket.
Well, hopefully it found a new home and is still getting someone laid.
Yeah, that would be awesome if the legacy continued. But
like someone found it in a Salvation Army and they're just like, oh,
some little Spanish kid, all of a sudden it's like the golden jacket, and then he's like in some fucking awesome Mexican metal band just slaying bitches.
Fuck yeah, for the like Hispanic kids keeping the metal scene alive in LA.
That's what I'm saying. I fucking love it. They love the metal. Thank God for them. The Mexican kids have been metal fans forever. Back when I was young, they had Mexican metal bands. I used to love going to Mexican metal and Mexican punk rock shows. They fucking know how to rock, man.
Well, being a Midwestern kid, like Chicago, like metal was like white boys. It wasn't until I got
traditionally, and the one black guy.
Yeah,
like there was one black guy that liked metal.
My buddy Pat actually turned me on to Cannibal Corpse in high school. He's black dude,
right? He's like, check this out.
Yeah, he's like, check this out. Butcher at Birth. I'm like, holy fuck! Oh my god, just Chris Barnes vocals in that album.
Was that your introduction to metal?
No, that was
real metal, not like. Because my introduction to real metal was Exodus Bonded by Blood. That album was my introduction to metal.
Well, by that point, I was already listening to Slayer. I was already.
All right, so you're already in it. What was your first introduction to metal?
So probably my first introduction to metal was being on a road trip with a buddy of mine who was a couple of years older, Master of Puppets.
Really? Master of Puppets? One of my favorite metal albums, but yeah, I think it's probably my last. I think that's like when they were in there, that they were still as a purist metal then. They're still metal now, but like I think that was their pinnacle. That was like before they changed. And they needed to. That's not the argument, but true metal, that was when they were true metal.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And back. Everything back was metal. Up to that point, then it kind of got it became popular. It became a popular music.
It just was just, distilled down a little bit.
Yeah.
I was introduced to like Master of Puppets and a bunch of metal. Like I was still not like a big metalhead until like 93.
Really?
93, 94.
What were you into?
Really bad hip hop, actually.
Bad hip hop? Not even like good hip hop?
Well, it was good hip hop. Like I was into some hardcore gangster rap. So where I grew up, elementary school, part of middle school, being a white boy was like severe minority.
Right.
Like out of my elementary school class, I was one of 2 white boys.
Right.
A lot of hip hop influence.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm down. I love hip hop. I mean, old hip hop. Not
yeah, me too. But I was listening to shit like Dr. Dre, Spice One, a lot of West Coast gangster rap.
Cool.
I was kind of an angry kitten that was angry music.
What did you think of, the first, it was kind of, I remember Judgment Night, the album.
Oh, yeah.
The soundtrack from the movie Judgment Night.
Yeah, with Onyx and Slayer.
Yeah, right, Onyx and Slayer. It was the first melting. They say the first melting was Run DMC and Aerosmith, but like metal and hip hop. That was kind of like the first thing that kind of joined them. What'd you think of that album?
I love that album. I love the Spawn soundtrack that did that shit too.
Right. So you're into that?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I thought that was pretty cool too. Anthrax did one too. I always thought they kind of went hand in hand, but whatever. But so you weren't that big of a metal fan until.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, like middle school, I stopped like getting haircuts. I started growing my hair out. I don't even know why. It was started out laziness of all things. I was like, "Fuck it, I'm not cutting my hair."
Yeah, right.
And I was watching Headbangers Ball. Slayer was on promoting Divine Intervention, so this has to be early '94.
Right.
They played Serenity and Murder. They had a video for Serenity and Murder on to promote that album, and then they played Seasons, the video for Seasons. I'm like, there was no turning back. I'm like,
right.
Holy fuck, what have I been listening to? And then I got to experience one of the greatest joys that kids these days will never get to experience: going to record stores, buying metal albums purely on album art.
Right. No, I remember. I think they can. The vinyl's making a comeback. Thank God. I just went out and bought some new shit. That I bought a repressing of Elf picture disc. Now, that's a deep cut. That's Rodney James Dio's band before Sabbath. His very first band was Elf, and
pre-Rainbow,
pre all that. It was his very first, I think, recording contract was with Elf. I could be wrong, but yeah, they're coming out with some great stuff, and that's a reissue, man. I fucking love it.
Well, one of the sponsors of the show is actually Vinyl Me Please.
Oh, really?
It's a Record of the Month club.
Oh, that's fucking cool. Like, what happens? Like, you could sign up, and they say, "Go here, you can order this for."
They have unique printings. I'm like, I don't mean to like whore out mid-show real quick because you guys get this at the beginning usually. But Vinyl Me Please is really cool. You sign up for a Record of the Month, and they have unique pressings. Like, when you sign up, you can get a unique pressing of Sabbath's Paranoid.
No way.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool as shit. I might have to sign up for that. No joke.
Please do. I'll give you the fucking sign up code.
Dude. I'll definitely check it out.
Sorry for whoring out mid-show, guys. Sorry.
Listen, it's fucking music, man. But I think the kids will fucking go back and go through the stacks of albums.
Can you remember an album you purchased purely on album art?
Kiss Alive.
Kiss Alive?
My Kiss Alive was my first album, and when I saw that just on the album artwork, went, oh my God, I need to have this. I wasn't really that big of a Kiss fan. It was just because I saw it and went, oh, that's amazing. I gotta check that out. And that and Sean Cassidy, which is the Do Run Run, which is horribly shameful thing. But I was like 5 or 6 or something.
Nothing wrong with that, but
yeah.
As I said, like one of my great joys in the mid-90s was going into secondhand record stores, especially, and just flipping through the metal section and being like, that looks brutal. I'll buy that album.
Remember the more brutal it looked like if it just if there was like a dragon eating someone, you were like, yes, that's metal.
One that really sticks out to me is Dismember's Massive Killing Capacity. It was an album that
that I never went that far down the rabbit hole. I still kind of went first and second layer metal. But
look at that album art. Oh God.
Yeah, that's fucking cool.
Yeah,
but that was it. It's like that Megadeth, giant robot.
It's a giant robot that is shooting guns with chainsaws for hands.
Yeah,
I'm like, and then of course has like the stereotypical death metal artist name that you can barely read.
Right.
I'm like, that's brutal. $6 done.
Yeah. See. Yeah. No. Here's a fun fact. It's not. Yeah. It's metal. But do you know who did the artwork for Skid Row's "Slave to the Grind"? Do you remember that album?
I do.
Do you know who did the artwork for that?
I do
not.
not.
Do you remember the artwork? Very decent. Like, pull it up. Anyway, one of the only bands that actually got harder on their second album instead of the first, but like super cool art. That's Sebastian Bach's dad did that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he did the artwork for that album, which is, I think, a great album cover. So, whatever. So, were you ever into the hair metal stuff, or were you only into thrash and speed? And
so, I developed a taste for the hair metal stuff later on,
right?
Like well after its heyday,
right? So you went back and found Rat and fucking Motley Crue and all those bands,
yeah,
and Van Halen, and
so when the '80s made a big revival in like the late '90s,
yeah,
I have a sister who's 10 years older than me,
right?
And her idea of babysitting was to sit me in front of '80s MTV.
Dude, the thing that fucking changed, this literally changed my life. Literally, I don't know if I should have shame or whatever, but whatever. Motley Crue Looks at Kill. When that fucking video came on, I went, I'm in. I'm fucking in. This is what I want to do with my life. This is who I want to be. It totally defined me as a human being. Now, like we all have our albums that define us or huge influences. Ministry was like that. Psalm 69 and all that stuff was a huge influence on me. Like that changed my life too. But dude, that Looks at Kill video, that looked so metal. Like there were chicks with big tits and fucking spikes and just, it was awesome. And then Theater of Pain came out and fucked it all up. But Shout at the Devil, dude, that was the business. And 80s MTV, that changed me.
Too Young to Fall in Love.
You know what's funny is that Too Young to Fall in Love video. I don't know. Remember? You remember when Kiss took off the makeup and they did like Lick It Up?
I was a little too young for that.
Okay. Well, anyway, same director, same video. If you look at the fucking video, it's the same fucking video for two different bands, and he directed both of them.
Hey, he got paid.
Yeah, he got paid twice for the same gag. God bless him. Don't fucking
Right?
hate on him. I did the same trick. You guys paid me twice. Awesome.
How many times have you done that in porn?
A billion times.
Right.
Dude, I've caught my wife fucking someone. Oh God. I can't even think about it. I used to write, like, I used to think of the scenarios and all that shit. I don't even bother. I just get the set and think it up. I bring the same 20 props. You know, maybe if I got a cool location, I'll do something different. But for the most part, it's the same thing over and over. But that's funny. So what was it? Okay, so your sister used to sit you in front of the MTV. Right, so she loved the metal.
No, she just loved 80s MTV. It was crazy.
Really?
Like, when the 80s made the big revival in like the late 90s, I found myself singing along to stuff like Rebel Yell without ever actually remember seeing it or hearing it. I'm like, why do I know these lyrics?
Billy Idol's cool.
I'm super happy. I made a trip to London in 2014, and Billy Idol was doing a book signing.
Right.
Thankfully, a buddy of mine is a tour manager for Warner, and got us right to the fucking front of the line.
Nice.
So I got a copy of his autobiography signed by him. Like, hey Billy, I came all the way to America from this. He kind of looked at me like, what? Like, I didn't really, man. I'm just here. I was me. Ava DeLush was with me for all.
I loved her. She was one of the most beautiful chicks. Sweet, funny, told a good fart joke. Perfect. Loved her.
Oh, she was great.
Great chick. Great chick. Loved her. Whatever happened to her? She got married.
Married, kid.
Good for her.
I'll tell you who to off air.
Yeah, good for her.
Oh, that was an awesome trip and also super disappointing because her and I like fucked around like the first time I was crashing with her, and then
so bad.
Like I said something stupid and she put the brakes on.
She's the type. She's very particular. You could tell.
Well, and she's a great woman. She's
awesome. I loved her.
No, and the thing about it is, even after her putting the brakes on of like us hooking up, we still spent like the next 3 days together bumming around London.
Yeah, having a good time. She's that type.
Yeah, we went up to Birmingham where my buddy hooked it up with us meeting Billy Idol.
That's cool.
Yeah, no, she's great. I still talk to her occasionally.
One of the best shows ever I saw, local show, was Billy Idol. Billy Idol at the Roxy.
Holy shit, that's amazing.
Dude, it was packed. You were standing next to people like this and your elbows were sweating. It's like you were like, oh my God. But he's fucking Billy Idol.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Was there any type of music that you disliked when you were growing up that later you appreciated?
Yeah. Big band, swing, jazz, like.
Okay, so that's cool. Like big band and shit like that?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Like I never had an appreciation for it.
Always loved that shit.
Until like I got a little bit older. A coffee house I used to hang out in Chicago. This place called Don's Coffee Club. It was fucking amazing. It was set up like a big living room. And you know, as a broke kid, $3 got you bottomless coffee.
Oh yeah, you hang out forever.
Smoke indoors.
Yeah.
Back in those days.
Yeah.
And all he would use to play vinyl of big band and swing the whole.
That's cool.
It was an amazing spot.
That's cool.
Rest in peace, Don's Coffee Club. But places like that don't exist anymore. $3 bottomless coffee all night. Just hang out and smoke.
That's yeah. Well, because you could sell it for $5 and sell 20 of them to one person because they'll still hang out. They'll just hang out and sit outside and talk and smoke hookah.
I'm not a smoker anymore. Like, I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. But I miss.
Addiction.
Well, I still smoke cigars, but I still miss hanging out and just fucking smoking. Like, having my coffee, having my drink, just having a cigarette. Like, I miss that feeling.
There's still some places you can do it, that have like cool little patios. King Eddie's was a place that you were able to sit inside and smoke. That place was cool. That place was so cool. That's funny. So big band was your thing that you disliked.
Yeah, I never got into jazz, blues.
But did you dislike it?
Yeah, like my parents were kind of into it. I'm just like,
You guys suck.
I don't get this.
Right. Mine was Duran Duran. Like,
really?
I fucking hated Duran Duran because I was Motley Crue, Van Halen, Kiss, Dio. That's where
So all the new romantic shit.
all that Cure, New Romantic, fucking all that shit, all the OG K-Rock music. Because now fucking Guns N' Roses is on there. I think it's a fucking tragedy.
All that shit's classic rock now.
And all the folk, fucking K-Rock's a folk station now. Like, all the new kind of rock and roll has like a folk feel to it. But whatever, that's a different story. But yeah, I didn't like. I loved Oingo Boingo. Like,
how can you not love Oingo?
Loved Oingo Boingo, but like the Cure and the Smiths and all that shit.
All of Oingo Boingo, minus Danny Elfman, just played the Whiskey like 2 weeks ago.
I would go see that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, it was on the 12th. I was supposed to go, and I forgot about it.
How do you forget? What?
I was informed about it by a friend of mine who works at the Whiskey when I might have been drunk. And then I saw posts from other people being there. I'm like, oh, no. Fuck, I was on the guest list. Fuck.
Why didn't you race down there just to see if you could like?
It was one of those next day, like.
Oh, the next day you saw it. Not you didn't see the post.
No, it was like night of. I was going like,
yeah, I'm gone. See ya.
I could have been fucking balls deep inside of someone and been like, I'm out.
I know that, Mom. I know that you're in the hospital dying, but you gotta just hold on for a few hours so I can go see Oingo Boingo, and I'll be right back.
Right. I mean, I understand it's without Danny Elfman, but still
Oingo Boingo. It's like. Yeah, how do you not go see that? You have to. I tell you what, like I've gone and like when someone asks me, "Hey, do you want to go see?" and I'll say yes 90% of the time, even if it's not something that I'm into, just because you never know what you're gonna get, right? And someone invited me to go see Chicago, the band Chicago, from where you're from, and I'm like, oh, okay, whatever, yeah, I'll go check it out. I had one of the best nights ever. Like when they start getting into their catalog and you realize how many hit songs they have and that at the level precision music wise that they play it, I was like, holy fuck, these guys are awesome.
And they've been doing it for like 50 years.
Yeah, like they're older than fuck and still just killing it. That was the same thing with Aerosmith. Like I went and saw Aerosmith, maybe 10, 15 years ago, but they're like, hey, you want to go see Aerosmith? I'm like, sure, yeah, no problem. I was floored on how good they were, like a well-oiled machine. It was shockingly good.
You'd hope so by this point,
right? Like if you suck at this point after 40 years of playing, Kiss, you should be ashamed of yourself. Kiss.
Steven Tyler just did Joe Rogan. That's an interesting podcast if you ever get the chance.
I love Joe Rogan. Listen, I was a Joe Rogan fan from back in the day. And let me tell you something else about that fucking guy, Joe Rogan. He's a cool fucking dude. Like, he's an everyman. Like, now, this was right after Fear Factor. He just got, I was really into car shows back then. And he had like a 70 CUDA or some bullshit like that he got done by Chip Foose, who wanted to do it two-toned, and he didn't want it. He's like, no, fuck you. You're not doing my car two-toned. I don't give a fuck. He goes, I want it all silver. Call it the Silverfish, right? So he had this car. And I was at the comedy club or something, and he was just kind of fucking just hanging out, like a normal dude. And we started talking cars and stuff, and he's like, yeah, no, that really fucking happened. That was real. That was real shit right there. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. And I love his stand-up. Like his stand-up, if you're a fucking... He's like an intellectual Sam Kinison, if that makes any sense. He does the same kind of aggressiveness as Sam does, but he's super hyper smart, and he goes super brainy. Like, you have to see it. But yeah, he's a fucking cool dude. Very, very down to earth.
So we're going to backtrack to the music real quick.
Yep, let's get to the metal.
Not necessarily the metal. Of live shows you've been to, what is the one that most stands out in your mind of like an epic live show?
Well, for different reasons, different shows. My first concert show, was this metal band called Lizzie Borden.
Who's still touring.
Yes. And, I think it was like 84 or 85 at the country club. So for that, my first show, it was Lizzie, which was great. Theatrical performance. He was chopping heads off bitches. There was blood. I loved it. For me, I think for me, like an important show for me to go to, though it wasn't the best show, was Kiss at the Weenie Roast. I was a huge Kiss fan. Like, huge Kiss fan. If I'll send you, come over to the house, or I'll send you pictures. I have a huge Kiss collection. It's all in display cases, blah, 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 blah. Fucking to this day, I'm still watching YouTube and checking out kissfacts.com. But when I never saw them. So when they reunited, put the makeup back on, and got back together, it was huge for me. It was like the dream show for me. And they sucked. They were horrible. It was the first show back together, and they weren't tight, and they were just all over the place. But none of it mattered. It didn't matter. And then I saw 2 shows. I think I paid like $400 a ticket, which is just insane. To see, I was on the floor to see him twice, and then Dodger Stadium, and then a bunch of other shows. But that first show was huge because I thought it would never happen. So
that's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah. What about you?
So the first show I ever went to was White Zombie.
What?
White Zombie, the Reverend Horton Heat, and the Melvins.
What? That's a great lineup, actually. That's a great lineup.
At the Aragon Ballroom.
The Melvins from Seattle, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
So what's fucked up is the Melvins opened. They were the opener.
Right. Which they've been around, yeah.
Because this was like mid-90s metal crowd in Chicago.
Right.
The Rev almost got booed off stage.
No way. How do you fucking... The Rev is the business, dude.
Yeah, but you think like...
Metalheads don't get it.
Yeah.
Or at the time, they didn't get it.
What, this has to be Astro Creep 2000 tour, so 94, 95?
Right. That's funny. We used to get that all the time. We used to get... You guys sound like fucking White Zombie. Okay, cool. They're a cool sounding band. So if we sound like them, that's awesome. But that's a great, like for me now, maybe at the time, I don't know how it would have worked out. But like when you hear those bands, you're like going, holy shit, those are 3 bands that are like,
oh no,
awesome.
At the time, I definitely didn't appreciate it. I'm like, I like White Zombie. I had no clue who the Melvins were.
Right.
The Rev, I was one of the people like kind of like, what?
Boo, yeah.
I didn't boo them, but I was just kind of like, what's this psychobilly shit?
Yeah, it's like rockabilly, psychobilly. Why? Yeah.
Like, I'm here for fucking metal. And then the part of that show was like, oh, holy fuck, Sean Uselt is taller than Rob Zombie.
She's hot. She was hot.
Oh my God, she was hot.
She was fucking hot, man.
My teenage hormones were like,
yes.
She had green hair and she's fucking headbanging.
Just her presence was so big.
I'm pretty sure I touched myself to her that night.
I could maybe, I could see squeezing one out to her. She was hot.
I also got the shit kicked out of me at that show.
Really?
Because I was small enough to body surf at that point.
Right.
Believe it or not. Like,
right.
And I fell on some girl, like, Just fell, and she stood up like, "You motherfucker!" She clawed my neck and kicked me in the back like 3 times. And I'm a teenager. I'm bulletproof. Like, I just ignored that I just got assaulted and went right back into the pit. The next day, I went in the shower like, oh, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, no, there was a bunch of those shows for me that you just wake up and you're like, there's a fucking Doc Martin shoe print on your face. I think that was Black Flag at Crawford Hall. That was pretty crazy.
Oh, like the 90s shows, when I started going to metal shows out here, I was like, man, y'all pussified. Midwest pits, much more brutal. It might have been 90s Midwest pits were much more brutal, but
I think fucking pits suck now.
They do.
Like, okay, so back in the day, for me, when I was getting into pits, you'd get hurt. Like, you had a chance to get hurt, but people weren't looking to fuck you up. And if you fell,
they'd help you the fuck up.
The first thing you would do is you pick that fucker up to get him back in the pit to keep the party going.
Pit courtesy was a huge thing.
Huge thing. And now I see guys trying to hurt people. Like, guys are coming around, they're sucker punching them or throwing an elbow or whatever, and guys are getting trampled.
See, the guys who would
cool anymore.
Throw a sucker punch or throw an elbow back in there, they'd get fucking dealt with in the pit.
Yeah, back in the day, you'd see the guys just swarm them, but like, not now. Now it's just vicious. Though, I went to, okay, here's a funny story. So a buddy of mine calls me up who's just, he's a cool dude, super rich, has 6 kids. You know, hey, Dave, do you want to go to the show? And I'm like, cool, let's go. So he ends up calling like 6 of the boys, like the old school boys, the penguins they used to call us. But 6 of the boys, and we end up going to his house, which is like it's just a disgusting mansion. Disgusting. And we're sitting in his foyer that's about the size of this apartment. I mean, it's a massive house.
Must be nice.
Yeah, right. It must be nice. But you couldn't meet a better guy. Like, I'll tell you his name off air. You couldn't meet a better human being. Like, he's such a cool dude. And he's like, all right, cool. So we all end up going, and there's like 6, 7, 8 of us. I don't know. But he invited us to go see Baby Metal.
Oh, shit.
Right? It was their only LA performance was Baby Metal. No. I'd seen the chocolate video. I Want Chocolate or whatever. I've seen that video, and I thought it was cool. Dude, let me tell you, that was the weirdest experience I've ever in the last 10 years at a show, because there was so much love at a metal show. There were gnarly fucking biker dudes, shirtless, tatted up fucking biker dudes, and like little 7-year-olds in like schoolgirl outfits in a pit, in this big, giant, swarming pit. And it was amazing. It was an amazing, amazing, amazing experience. But the funny part is that he invites us, we're in his foyer, and I go, just so you know, I'm the fucking dirty one, right? You guys for years have been busting my balls about being in porn and blah, 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 blah. You're this rich, well-to-do, guy in the world and in the city. But yet you're the guy that's inviting 40-year-old men to watch underage Japanese girls sexualize themselves and play heavy metal. And he goes, yeah, pretty much. That's what we're going to do tonight. And I go, and I'm the creepy one. I'm the creepy guy, but y'all doing this.
Oh, that's so fucked up.
It is fucked up. Have you seen Baby Metal?
I have. I mean, I've seen videos. I haven't seen them live.
They're fucking impressive. I mean, listen, it is what it is. Their band is unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Knowing Japanese culture, I wonder how much the Yakuza is involved with that.
Probably some. You'd have to be. I think so.
I'd assume so.
Yeah, I'd assume so too. They were great. They were phenomenal. You ever been in Japan?
Twice.
Really?
Yep. Tokyo is my happy place.
Really?
Have you ever been?
Yes. I was there for 27 days.
I'm jealous.
It was awesome. I hit my head so many times I stopped making the noise.
Nice.
Because all the doors are out there, so whenever you hear you go, oh. I just stopped making that noise. It was just crack.
My audience has heard this story a bunch of times, but I passed out in a planter at Shibuya Station for 2 hours. Like, I got so drunk in a bar, I managed to get a cab back to Shibuya because that's all I could communicate.
Right.
And once I got back to Shibuya, I slept in a planter for like 2 hours. I kept coming to occasionally, like, I know my Airbnb is like a mile that way.
Unfortunately, I didn't really drink a lot. There was a couple nights where I drank pretty good.
Oh, that is the place to drink of all places.
But no, I didn't go hard. Yes, you're right, because it's fucking amazing that you can literally go to a vending machine on the street, get a Sapporo and a Nagori sake, which was my get down, and they have them in 7-Elevens. Like, it's everywhere. It's just,
I know,
it's everywhere.
It is the ultimate work hard, play hard culture. I love it so much that I'm definitely into Japanese women. I rolled into a rock bar called Science.
Right.
I met a dyed blonde haired Japanese woman wearing a Cannibal Corpse shirt.
Yes, fell in love.
Like, oh my God. So you're my ticket to living in Japan.
Right.
She's like, I have tattoos, but let me see them. She's like, I can't. I'm so shy. My friends, like, she's not getting off for like 6 hours, dude. We're leaving you here. I'm like, you do that. I'm putting in work.
You put in, hold on a second. Okay, because I got to hear this story, and then I got to pee again, because the fake beers go right through you.
Right.
You sat there for 6 hours drinking with this girl, waiting for her to get up.
I didn't make it 6 hours. I drank them out of whiskey.
Right.
I drank them out of fucking whiskey. So I remember seeing some bad band in the back of the bar. The next thing I remember is coming to in a cab, puking out the window.
Oh, they're fucking like this fucking idiot American. Fuck. He's puking in my fucking cab.
Right.
Gaijin.
Then making it to Shibuya Station, passing out in a planter. Coming to occasionally, being like, the Airbnb is that way. I can't make the walk. Back out. The beautiful part about Tokyo is unmolested for sleeping in a planter for 2 hours.
Well, because their whole fucking, like you said, it's work hard, play hard. Dude, they have you seen the little cubes that they have for the businessmen that fucking get drunk and they...
Oh, yeah, the capsule hotels?
Yeah, the capsule hotels. Those are the coolest fucking things ever. They're designed for drunken businessmen.
Right. So I eventually come to, sorry for the audience who's heard this a couple times, I eventually come to, I get another cab to get back to the Airbnb.
Right.
I freak out on the way. I'm texting my friends like, I don't have enough money to pay this cab. I may have to run on him.
No, you're not. You drunk American slag. No way.
When we get to the Airbnb, I have exactly enough coins
Right.
to pay him.
Oh,
And he's looking at me like, you're an asshole.
no tip. Right.
Well, they don't do tipping. They don't.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They're right. That's right.
So the next morning, I checked my account. Someone pulled out $300 on my account last night.
No way, it was you.
Yeah, it was my drunk Matt autopiloted.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure the cab who took me home stopped at a 7-Eleven so I could get $300 out. I was probably looking at me like I was a complete asshole when I'm like, I don't have enough money to pay you.
You just put out $300. That's
You just
hilarious.
yeah.
That's hilarious.
I was such a shit show. Every time I've gone to Tokyo, it's been an amazing time. Like,
All right, let me use this restroom and I'll come back.
We'll pause.
Pause.
As the audience is well aware, Tokyo is my happy place. I mean, it doesn't hurt that the first time I went there, like, I fucked a Australian half Japanese girl.
Oh, is she hot?
She's pretty hot.
That's fucking awesome.
She also clawed the fuck out of my back.
Yeah, see, that's the thing about Japanese chicks that I'm not really that into is it's a different type of sex they have. Like, I'm not into girls crying and looking like I'm fucking killing them.
David, just FYI,
Yeah.
your penis does not automatically blur when you fuck a Japanese chick.
Right?
I'm just letting you know.
Mosaic.
It doesn't blur like it does in Japanese porn the minute you fuck them.
All right, so I got a great Japanese fucking chick story. Hold on a second. So we ended up taking American dudes out there to fuck Japanese girls.
Hey, that's something I would sign up for to be male talent on.
You will be huge in Japan.
I know, it's the only place.
So I'm like fucking Godzilla out there. So they have it set up differently to where you get one model a day and you could shoot her a bunch of times in the day, but that's how they have it. It's not a scene, it's a day, and you can shoot 4 scenes, you can shoot 2. So
You can shoot 20.
They not with Americans, but so we took out. There's so many great Japan stories, but there was this one girl who was bleeding, right, and she she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And
Time of the month bleeding, or
time
just
of the
stretched
month.
out by American bleeding?
Time of the month bleeding.
All right.
So we're like, "Oh, well, in America we put makeup sponges up there, blah 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 blah." And so she's like, okay. So she limps through the scene. They all limp through the scene. It was so bad. Nick Manning was fucking this one girl, and she started punching herself in the face because it hurt so bad. And I'm like, oh, sweetie, no, that's not good. We don't do that. That's not good. And she's like, I'm so sorry. And it was a very shameful moment for her. But we were cool, and we made sure, like, hey, listen, we'll go a lot easier because Manning's doing Manning fucking hard. Take the cock. Because we were listening to Judas Priest. He's like screaming for vengeance, and he's fucking. And he's fucking this chick. But anyway, so this chick gets this fucking this sponge lodged in her vagina. And somehow it's my responsibility to help this girl get this thing. Now, she couldn't take a dick. And when we were trying to get the sponge out, I was, because I have to get my fingers up in there and fish it out because she couldn't. And she was so tight and tiny. And in so much pain, I'm like, sweetheart, we can't, through a translator, I'm like, sweetheart, we can't do this. We have to send you to the hospital to have this professionally taken out of you because at this point, it's not good. So, and we wanted to be respectful of the, continue to do business there and plus be nice to the girl because she was a very sweet girl. So that all went down, right? So we're there for, a couple weeks or whatever, or however long it was. It was a long time. And then the last day, she was such a cool chick. She came back to say goodbye. Like, I hear you guys are leaving. I wanted to come by and say goodbye. You were so cool. And she was. And I'm like, come here. I'll come over here. And she's like, okay. So she comes over and I see this little bit. I'm like, what is that by your, like a little discoloration by her neck? I'm like, sweetheart, what's that by your neck? She goes, oh, caning. And I'm like, what do you mean? Caning. She goes, I did caning movie. And I'm like, okay. She proceeds to show me what's underneath. And it is a bruise that is purple blue, right? It's like a bruise, like a suit underneath her, like a bruised suit, right? And I'm like, wait a second. I put a sponge the size of my thumb into your vagina and you are losing your mind like I'm murdering you, right? Like I'm murdering you. I stick my finger in your vagina to pull out said sponge and you are literally dying. But for the same amount of money, I can beat you with a cane for hours to the point where you're wearing a bruise suit. She goes, oh, it's good. And I'm just like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like caning out there, those videos are very commonplace and it's very normal and the girls handle it and they do it all the time. It's insane.
Sounds like you spent your money poorly.
Clearly, I should just fucking be making caning videos in Japan. But like, I was shocked that someone would do that to their body, but yet, or had such a, not to their body, like do whatever you want to their body, do
right.
Caning a video. It's the level of pain tolerance that like when it was in her vagina, it was 0. When it was on the outside of her body, it was at a level that was like, I don't know how, like she was fucked.
Probably she was more used to the caning.
Maybe, but I was shocked. It's such a weird culture out there. And you're not that, well, you got tattoos above your arms, but not below. I look like fucking Godzilla out there. I'm like the Gaijin Godzilla. I'm 6'4", covered in tattoos. And they were like not having me.
Well, that's why I learned that on the first trip. Like trip 2, I wore a hoodie the whole time.
Right.
Because we got refused service in like 10 different places on trip 1.
No Gaijin.
Well, it was, so sorry, we're closed. Yeah. So sorry.
Yeah.
They would do this and
yeah.
They would make the X and be like, so sorry, we're closed. And the fucked up part is like, I knew tattoos had criminal connotation there.
Right.
But I didn't know how bad it was. We landed on Christmas Day. Well, the first time I ended up in Japan was I had time to kill between Christmas and New Year's. I'm like, where can I go in the world that's going to be fun that doesn't celebrate Christmas? Tokyo.
Yeah, that's fucking cool as shit.
But we landed on Christmas Day. We rolled into a bar and got kicked out immediately. I was there with my tattoo artist who has facial and neck tattoos.
I looked for a tattoo parlor there, couldn't find it.
We found a bunch of them. Every one of them we walked into, they freaked out when we walked in.
Really?
Well, because they're kind of underground.
Right. And
they're kind of like, what are these guys just rolling into our tattoo parlor?
Right.
My tattoo artist actually got a piece done in Japan from a tattoo artist he knew. So trip 2, what was also super weird about the tattoo artist is the majority of tattoo artists in Tokyo are low-level Yakuza members.
Right.
Because it's the only place you can learn the craft from.
Right.
They hooked up a buddy of mine with weed.
Right.
And they told him, you get caught with this, call this number, say nothing. For a fucking dime bag.
Wow, that's crazy. It's such a weird culture over there, but it's there, so God bless them.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it was funny because I love sushi, I love fish. So me going there, I was eating sushi before I left. They're like, "Aren't you going to be weirded out because why are you eating so much sushi here? And then you're going to go to Japan and eat more sushi." Because I love sushi, I love fish.
Right.
So for me, I was in heaven. Like me and Derek Pierce went to a couple spots and just ate sushi all the time. Probably got some mercury poisoning along with my wet brain, but whatever.
Whatever.
What, it doesn't matter.
You only live once.
My buddy, Jimmy, who paid for the whole thing, can't eat fish of any sort, even crustaceans. Cannot, and nothing from the sea, or he bloats out. So going to Japan is tough for him. So we're looking for steaks. We get to this one Italian, this shitty little, their version of Italian food. And what they did is they boiled the meat, shitty skirt steak or whatever, boiled the meat and then seared it so it looked like it'd been cooked. And when you cut into it, water just shot out. It was like there was like water just everywhere.
I went to a couple spots like that.
They boil it, right? So they cook it fucking all fucked up. So hot dogs here, hot dogs there, but no real meat. I think we even went to some McDonald's, nothing really there. We went to a Wendy's where he was able to find some meat. But we went to this one restaurant. We sit down. And we're, of course, I don't read Japanese. I don't know if you do. But you order by the pictures a lot of the time.
Damn right you do.
Right? You order by the pictures. So he sees meat and he's like, I want this. And she's like, no, doing the X's. And he's like, no, I want this. This is meat. She goes, no, it's not. Pony. It's fucking horse meat. And he's like, no, I don't want the pony. Thank you.
So if you ever make it back, if you're looking for rad meat,
Right.
there is a teppanyaki place across the street from the Ritz-Carlton in Roppongi. That is about 45 to 60 US, all you can eat Kobe sashimi.
Really? Oh, we did have some Kobe beef there. It was like $300 an ounce or some bullshit.
Yeah,
like
this
that.
is all you can eat for like 60, and it's
That's fucking amazing.
oh my god. I've been there 3 or 4 times between the 2 trips.
Right.
Is because it's like a Korean barbecue place in LA where you cook it yourself.
Right.
I learned their scam real quick. It's all you can eat. It's timed. You order from an iPad, and they're slow on bringing rounds 2 and 3.
Of course. It's like that in fucking America. They do that shit.
I ordered so much on the iPad that they couldn't fit it all on the table. Like, oh, I know your game, motherfuckers. Bring it on.
Bring it on. Right.
I'm going to eat every last bit of this.
Yeah, exactly. Me too.
Look at this fat motherfucker.
Yeah. I didn't get this big fucking, eating fucking salads.
Right.
Yeah.
Carl, the party lawyer, may have passed out at the table. We had to stop him from burning himself. But
That's hilarious. I remember one. It was so fucking funny. The main guy that we did business with in Japan wanted to take us to dinner. And like we're shooting, and towards the end of the day, he goes, "Come with me to dinner. I want to take you guys to dinner." And of course, my buddy Jim's like, "Oh, here we go. We're gonna get some good food tonight." I'm like, "All right, cool." So we go to this hotel, right? That we get into the elevator, and we go up to the elevator, and of course, it's me being me and looking the way I do. I come walking off the elevator, and the lady did what she was doing. No. With her exes, right? And the guy goes, no, with me. And she's like, looks at him like, "You're really?" And he's like, "Yeah." And she walked this way. Now, mind you, this guy must have spent like $7,000 on dinner for like 20 of us. Like, he spent a lot of money, and like the big Kobe beef came out and all that stuff. But the thing is that I was, this is towards the end of the trip. I've washed my socks so many fucking times. Who fucking knows? I have this giant hole in my sock, and my big toe is sticking out. Now they make you take off your shoes. Not only am I just this giant tattooed, white guy, but I'm a fucking low end guy because I have shitty socks where my fucking toe is sticking out. Not one of my proudest moments. Not one of my proudest moments at all. But
good.
I didn't give a shit. I sat down real fast, shoved my fucking toe underneath the fucking table, and proceeded to get fucked up. Oh, it was great. I made a spectacle of myself. It was so awesome.
I will swear to the day I die, Tokyo is the best place on earth to get fucked up.
It's cool, and they promote it. Like seriously, I love Sapporos and I love Nagori, and it was everywhere. Everywhere.
It is, and what they do is
like Coca-Cola is out here.
Right, 100%, 100%. And they trap you because if you're not in the district where you're staying, the trains stop at like 1 a.m., but the bars go till 5, and then the trains restart at 5. One of the craziest sights I've ever seen in my life, and I probably ever will see, is the mass exodus in Shinjuku to Shinjuku Station at 5 a.m.
Really?
Like, seriously, hundreds of thousands of people making their way to the station at 5 a.m.
Wow, that's crazy.
It was absolutely fucking nuts. It's like...
that system of fucking transportation's nuts.
Oh, it's amazing. I love it.
It's incredible.
I honestly have said it a couple points. Like, I almost would rather be a second-class citizen in Japan than a first-class citizen in America.
It's an incredible country. It was funny because we try to master. You can't master it. Their fucking system of trains and subways and transportation is beyond the scope of our American brains.
But it's still easier than getting around in New York.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's ridiculously amazing and intricate, and we try to master it. We couldn't, and then like the second. The second to the last day, we found someone that spoke, could really help us with it. And they go, "Yeah, push this button." And it was the translator button that took everything from Japanese to English.
On the fucking kiosks?
On the kiosks, right? And he goes, "Yeah, do this." Click. And we looked at each other and was like, we're the dumbest. There's video of it on MySpace of me, Mike D, and Derek Pierce trying to figure out. It was the Tokyo train challenge, and we couldn't figure it out until we went, and then we pushed the button where it said Ingli, and it changed our trip. It was that was where I actually got to really know Derek Pierce, and we're like brothers ever since. But yeah, me and him in Japan was fucking fun. A lot funner than it was with Manning, because Manning was just. He's a scary motherfucker, Nick Manning.
I love Tokyo so much.
Tokyo's good. And Akihabara, we mentioned it on the break. One of my favorite places ever. Like, the technology there is like 10 years. They are 10 years ahead of us. So when I went, they had iPhones, basically, the extension of an iPhone. You know what I mean? And their internet structure is so much better than ours. And in Akihabara, there's... obviously stores everywhere, but I was so impressed with aside from Akihabara, their 99-cent stores are insane, just in Tokyo, period, like insane. But in Akihabara, imagine, listeners, if you will, take a trip with me where you are imagining the biggest, the baddest fries you've ever seen in your life, like the best, in your mind, the best Fry's Electronics, which for dudes is heaven. It's like Disneyland, right?
It's better than porn.
I would say yes. I would agree. Better than porn. Just the Mecca, right? Imagine the biggest fries ever. Now imagine you go to Japan and it's 5 stories tall. It took my breath away. The level of if you're into electronics and gear and video games and music and record players and this.
They still have fucking Tower Records.
Yes, they do have Tower Records. But it was 5 stories tall, bro. It was like the best fries ever on the planet. 5 levels of it.
I know. Oh.
I was like, I could have been killed, died, and that would be my heaven. And it was in Tokyo, Nekabara. So when, like, for me going there, it was tough because of the way I look. And it was fun because of it being Tokyo, and it was during oh God, here he goes, wet brain. What's the flowers?
Sakahara. No, Sakahara. The cherry blossoms. Yeah.
Cherry blossom. It was
Sakahara.
Sakahara, yeah. It was cherry blossom season. So it was epically beautiful. I kind of like when I went there, I'm like, okay, I can't really, okay, great Pearl Harbor, they came and got us. But, that's war. It sucked. We literally dropped 2 nuclear bombs on them.
Right. The only 2 bombs dropped in history.
In history, we did it to them.
Yep.
So, like, when you're walking by, like, these little old Asian people and they're looking at you like you're the devil, I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, I had, like, a little shame, like, walking around there going, yeah, we did drop 2 fucking bombs on these people. So, yeah, you hate me. I get it. I'm sorry. And it was
even if they hate you, they're so polite about it, though.
Yeah, they are polite about it, but there's hate in their eyes, like, which I get. Like, it was uncalled for what we did to them. So, but a beautiful country, beautiful people, great food, great booze, and again, 5 stories of fries. It was amazing.
See, David, you're making me want to go book a flight right now.
I got a thing in the like an attachment sale thing on one of my emails. $464 to get to Japan.
Sold.
Yeah. How do you do the 14 hours though?
Drunk?
Yes. Better flying through chemicals. I take me and my sober buddy who's sober. He goes, there's only one way you can do this. We got to take sleeping pills. So we're like, cool, let's grab a bunch of fucking sleeping pills, take them, and do the flight. Now, this is a sober guy, and I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So we get to the airport, we take a bunch of fucking pills. Flight 414 to Japan has been delayed.
Oh, no.
And meanwhile, we're sitting there, and we're like, and we're fucking so high already, a little premature. Yeah, that didn't work out too well. It was pretty funny.
Oh shit!
But yeah, no, it was drinking and pilling to get through that.
So I'm a little bit of a scumbag. I'm sure the audience, I may have told the story before. The first trip when I went with my tattoo artist, we were on separate itineraries.
Right.
I have status with Delta. I go to check in. They're like, "Oh, you've been upgraded, sir." They bumped me to business class.
Nice.
I'm like, "Oh shit!" I'm sitting next to my buddy, like in our original assigned seats.
Right.
I'm talking to the person. I'm like, "Can I trade seats with whoever got my seat?" They're like, "This is a 14-hour flight. You have a pod.
Right.
What's wrong with you?
Take the pod.
Take the pod. Your friend will understand."
Yeah. Like, and if he doesn't, he's a dick. So fuck him.
By the time he got on the plane, I may have had like 5 or 6 rounds of champagne.
Yes.
He boards. I'm like, "Hey man, I got upgraded. Are you cool with this?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "You said yes. You fucking said yes."
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in my pod now.
Yes. Of course you let your buddy be in the pod.
Oh, he came.
Bring me back some fucking free champagne.
Well, he was in economy plus. He still got free booze.
But still, I mean, give me a pillow. Give me one of those pillows up there. Hook a brother up. But yes, you let your homie go to the pod.
He came and woke me up a couple times mid-flight.
Yeah.
I had my bed seat fully reclined into
Hey,
the
I'm
bed.
bored. Come back and watch this movie. Buy me a drink or let's have a drink and hang out for a little bit and then go back to your pod. Of course you do that.
So that was trip 1. Trip 2, I was in Economy Plus and just got trashed on the way there.
That's cool. You know what was cool about Japan? The flight is they have cameras underneath the plane. So when maybe they did this in the States, but this is the first time I ever saw it. They don't do it anymore, at least the flights I've been on. But they have a camera underneath the plane, so you see the actual wheels hitting the ground as you land and take off. I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
That is pretty fucking rad.
That was pretty fucking. It was metal for sure. You're like, oh, and don't snap.
So speaking of metal in Tokyo, did you ever make it to God's in Shinjuku?
No, I went to one rock place. It was called Crawdaddy, which, funny enough, if you know me, my last name's Crawford. And
oh shit, outing yourself for your real name?
Yeah, real name. My real name's David Crawford, and my friends growing up called me Crawdaddy. Like Crawdaddy, C Diddle, C Diddy. Crawdaddy was one of my many, many nicknames. And they had a club in Tokyo named Crawdaddy. And I went there. They were playing, I think, Crying or something from Aerosmith.
Nice.
And that was the extent of my rock metal in Japan.
I will have
other than Kiss albums that I saw, which I hunted for. But what's the place that you're talking about?
So it's called God's in Shinjuku. I'll show it to you once we get off air.
Right.
I spent New Year's 2013 and 2014 there. It is an amazing dive metal bar in the basement bar in Shinjuku. Fucking amazing.
Barrett said when he went to Japan a few times that he found some bars and some rock bars and stuff, and maybe it's the same place, but he's like, dude, there were like all of these models there, like not Japanese models, not that they're not hot, but he's like Swedish and European models. So they were just hanging out like it was the place to be.
Not the spot I went to. I did meet a very beautiful Japanese bartender named Nazumi, who apparently I zigged when I should have zagged. It was horrible. Like,
we've all done it.
I got her information. Like, we were partying. Like, my last night in town before we were bailing in the morning, I rolled the Gods.
The time to fuck.
Right. I rolled the Gods, which is clear across. We're staying in Roppongi. Gods is in Shinjuku.
Right.
It's a bit of a hike on train.
Right. It's a bit of a distance.
Get there, find out it's closed. She texts me and like, oh, my bar's closed. We're going to this bar. I'm like, what time are you guys going to be there? Well, I don't know if I'm going. And I'm so used to West Coast women being like, I don't know if I'm going means never mind, don't bother.
Right.
Take the train back to the Ritz-Carlton.
Right.
I'm like showered up, crawled into bed. She's like, hey, we're at the bar. When are you getting here?
So she legitimately didn't know, and she ended up showing up and wanted to hang.
Huh. And I'm like, oh, crash.
The code's different than ours.
Right.
Like, the code maybe meant let's hang out where you're hanging out. I don't know if I'm going to go there, but let's hang out. The code didn't work.
Right. Oh, and the worst part was like a year later, she ended up marrying some Swedish dude, some white Swedish dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, God damn it.
She had like honky fever.
Oh,
like
she's
some white dude.
Like Japanese metalhead chick into metalheads.
Yeah. So you totally.
I zigged when I should have zagged.
Oh, it's a sad story. Did you go to China?
I've been to China.
Let me tell you, Hong Kong. I didn't drink that much in Hong Kong. I drank some, but I didn't drink that much. But holy shit, that's a fuckathon. Oh, she's hot.
Yeah, that's the girl.
That's the girl.
That's the girl.
That's a zigzag.
Yeah, that's where I zigged when I should have zagged.
That's cool. She's like a cool like little Addams Family goth Japanese girl.
Yeah, like Japanese
totally
metalhead chick.
Yeah. Look at that. Have you seen that? I think she's Japanese. She's a cellist that does heavy metal cello. Tia something. She's fucking hot as fuck. But yeah, she plays a cello like a metal opera.
There's her with her husband.
He's like a Swedish death metal dude.
Yep.
Cool. Are they happy? Are they cool?
Yeah, they're happy they're cool, but I still could have.
You should have hit it.
Yeah.
You fucked up.
Zigged when I should have zagged.
Clearly. Well, like I said before, we all have done that. But dude, China, Hong Kong is a it's a fucknasium. It's like the fuck Olympics. Who's the other girl?
One of her friends. We're scoping on Japanese girls.
Yeah, look at that. That's cool. That's another good thing that the Japanese, they love the metal too. They do. And especially the younger girls love the metal.
Right.
Keep it going, guys. Keep it going.
Because they ain't going in America. Goddamn.
No. Yeah, she's hot. Well, you know, you'll find another hot Japanese metalhead, I'm sure.
Yeah, in Japan.
In Japan. No, there's a whole resurgence of it. I'm sure if you go back to Japan, you'll find some, and they like they have daddy issues. They like the older dudes. So God bless it. Me, I was too much of a freak, I think. I did not translate there at all.
I'm just concerned if I go back to Tokyo, I'm not coming back to the States.
If you can make money and do it, take the show on the road, motherfucker.
Damn right. Honestly, the audience has definitely heard this one before. One of my biggest regrets in life is when I moved from Vegas to LA, I had the opportunity to go move to Tokyo for a month.
Right.
I didn't do it.
Oh, you should have. It would have been fun. This is what I would suggest if this is even like a real option for you. Do you speak Japanese?
Fuck no.
Of course not, right? We're fucking...
Ignorant gaijin.
Gaijin. Rosetta Stone that shit, dude. Start doing it now. Start just learning Japanese in your sleep, right? And that way, if you really have a passion for going to Japan, you have a leg up. You can go there and pull ass and speak the language and be a gaijin, and they will have a sense of, wow, the guy took the time to fucking learn the language, and he's talking to me, and he's cute, older white dude that likes metal. I'm going to go for this. Because there are, I had a buddy of mine, Bill Baker, and he was a big Ace Frehley. We're both big Ace Frehley fans. But Bill Baker, back in the day, was dating this Japanese girl, and she absolutely loved him. Like he was a god. And we were just, he was a simple guy from New York that was an Ace Frehley fan. He's a rocker and stuff, and he did his thing, and he's a smart guy, kind guy. And but like literally she loved him like no one else. Like it was awesome. Anyway, my point was, love the metal, love the big older white guy, and I think they were together for like a while. So anyway, there's hope for you yet.
Oh, of course.
But learn Japanese, because he knew Japanese too, and I think he was able to speak to her and therefore solidified the deal faster and learn the language. And I think that it'll.
Yeah, that probably is a good plan.
You know what I mean? Especially if you want to move there and stuff. And I'm like, oh, I mean, don't. But just
the problem is I have no real nothing I can really do for myself there permanently.
You can run a gaijin fucking rock club. You could
American Joe's big party.
Yeah, right. Go out there to partner up with some Japanese guy or firm. Do the American hosting of who knows.
Open a bar called American Joe's Roadhouse.
Right. Do it. Do the podcast and have Japanese guests, and when Americans come through, and I think listen. I got to figure out a way to monetize Hawaii, because I went to Hawaii and it changed my life. I love fucking Hawaii.
See,
I'm in.
All I saw was Waikiki Beach, and I was not impressed.
I'm in. I am in. And my grandfather, my step grandfather, but he was my grandfather, was Hawaiian. So I get it. Like, I fucking get it. Like, I would retire there in a heartbeat. I just can't figure out a way to make money.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. See, all I saw was, man, this is still fucking America.
That's what I liked about it, though. I liked the fact that it was different, clearly a cultural difference, like very much like a Costa Rica or like somewhere tropical like that. Maybe my Brad wants to go to Belize or whatever. Very much like that, but still safe enough. Like maybe like a Puerto Rico would be. Puerto Rico is like a safe Mexico.
See, I don't want to be safe. I want to experience the fucking world. I want to experience other cultures. That's why
you're experiencing another culture, but you're still fucking in America.
See, fuck that. That's why I went to South Africa.
Like, I'm going to fucking,
I went to Cape Town,
Colombia, and I'm doing.
Actually,
cocaine.
I am going to Colombia in September.
You got to do cocaine in Colombia. Just don't get caught.
Yeah, I'm not going to Colombian jail. Fuck that.
Right, no, but you got to try Colombian cocaine.
No,
But
me and my regular traveling crew are going to Bogota in September.
I want to experience it. Like I've done, I've traveled all over the world, but I like the difference, but yet the safety of being in a territory and or Hawaii.
Hey, if you want to come to Bogota with us, it's under 500 round trip airfare.
Really?
Yeah.
How many hours on the flight?
It's a layover in Mexico City, and then
Right.
which I want to check out Mexico City too. So that's rad.
Yeah. See, like you're down for Rio.
Yeah.
I'm not down to go to Rio.
Why not?
It's too dangerous.
I'm not rich.
People, but they'll jack you for whatever you have. Like if you have $20 and a fucking knockoff Louis Vuitton fucking wallet, they're taking it.
Cool. They can have it.
Literally, that's all you can have is like I heard, like, don't leave with a wallet. Like, don't leave your hotel or whatever resort that you're at with anything like a watch or a necklace. Don't do it because you will fucking get mugged for it.
All I know is when I went to
Not
Cape
down.
Town, I found this out way after the fact.
Right.
Cape Town was 63.5 murders per 100,000 capita.
Right. That's insane.
Bogota is only like 13.5 right now.
Okay. Cool.
So I'm like, I was researching this when we were researching Bogota because everyone's like, Colombia is dangerous. And I'm like, oh God, when I was in Cape Town, it was murder-tastic.
Right. See, I'm not down with that. I'm not, like, at this point in my life, maybe like in my 20s, we're like, yeah, let's fucking do this. Let's go to fucking Juarez, Mexico, where they're putting fucking motherfuckers' heads on spikes. Let's do this. No, not anymore. I want to go and I want to have the experience of a cultural difference, right? And be in that element, and I will, but I'm not trying to die.
Well, I'm not trying to die either. Really, the honest goal is I want to have sex on every continent.
Yes.
So I got to bring.
You got to go to Hong Kong, and then when you go to Hong Kong,
I've had sex in Asia already.
no. Nowhere on the earth is it like it is in Macau. You have to experience Macau.
All right, I'm down with that.
It is fucktopia. It's a fuckacopia of fuck. And literally, okay, whores out there again, don't take you can't have whore. You can't have the word whore. It is an adjective. It's not a disparaging thing. It is what it is. So quit your whining. The whores are, and here I go. Here I go. The whores are like cockroaches. You ever been downtown in like those shitty apartments where you turn on the light and there's just roaches everywhere, and then they go scurrying, right?
Right, like the lights come on.
There's a lot of them. They go. The whores were like roaches. Like there were so many of them, and they were just everywhere. They were everywhere, and like when the sun came up, they disappeared. But literally, I went to this one spa, and it was a weird experience. I was next to this buddy of mine, and he's like, here, we're going to go take this Japanese shower, and he's trying to be kind of like this host. And my other buddy's just, he's married, so he's, over there just doing his thing, but laughing at me the whole time. So literally, we go to this, which is Japanese, they call it a Japanese shower, it's basically a toilet bowl. It's a toilet seat with 4 legs, and you sit on it backwards. So your butt and your junk is hanging like you're sitting on it backwards, right? And these girls are starting to sud you up, and they're rubbing you, and they just fucking get under there, and they start rubbing your undercarriage, and they start jacking you off, and you're just sitting there going, what the fuck is going on here? And my buddy's looking at me. My one buddy's laughing, the married buddy's laughing, the guy next to me that's single is looking at me going, it's kind of weird being this hard next to your buddy, isn't it? And I'm like, this is awkward. Anyway, literally we went off, did that. we went into the spa, did the hot spa, the dry and then the wet spa, or sauna rather. And then we went to he's like, okay, now it's time to go to the whirlpool, to jacuzzi, right? Because everything's like, and everything's water. Water. They want to bathe you all the fucking time. And
such a shame.
Yeah, it's crazy. So we go to the jacuzzi, and it's a 14 guy jacuzzi. It's a petri dish of a jacuzzi. It's huge, and there's dudes in it. And like we're all sitting out, we're hanging, and they give us like this menu thing. They give it, like you can order food or you can order whatever. And then so we're sitting there and like, oh, cool. And then all of a sudden the lights go down. I'm like, uh-oh. What's going on? And like literally like this Ozzy Osbourne super strip club borderline rock show lighting starts happening, and it's like smoke and lasers and right, and it just starts rocking in there. It starts rocking, and then all of a sudden from the right hand side, literally a line of about 20 girls comes out, and they're sectioned off in types of girls, but I'm like going, oh my God, what is happening? They all have numbers on them, right? And I'm just like, to the point where my jaw is dropped, right? To the point where I realize that my jaw's dropped, but I can't control it. So I swim over to the edge of the pool to where I can hide my face and have my jaw be dropped. Like, I'm like, oh my God. So anyway, Chinese, Mongolians, Koreans, not many Japanese girls, because Japanese girls are like the flowers of the Orient. They're like
they're the white people of East Asia.
Yeah. They're you don't get the Japanese girls. But what you do get is you get everyone else, and they're in sections of nationality. And the last ones are all the Russians. So they're all the blonde, European-looking type women. And, dude, literally the guys come by with a fucking menu. And the only thing is it's very anti-alcohol. You don't drink in these places.
Boo.
Yeah. Which is a boo. Being a boozer at the time, I was like going, boo. But if you're a perv, it totally eclipses the need for alcohol, because it's yeah, it is very much like that. So they hand you a menu, and you pick the number of the fucking chick that you want, and you order the girl, which I don't know, feminists and whether that's right or wrong or whatever. Okay, it is what it is. It's what happened, and is it right that it happens? I don't know, but there was a smorgasbord of fucking vagina there, and I ordered one. Then
only one.
I think I did it twice, but I did it once because I wanted the experience of it, right?
Well, I'm just thinking why you only order one at a time.
Well, yeah, you could order two. I did not know what I was doing. Again, my jaw I was just in complete and utter fucking awe at what was happening around me. So I fucking literally, okay, so now we go, and it's like, okay, you don't get them right away. It's not like, okay, number fucking 12 comes and grabs you. You now go into the chair room, which you're in these giant massage chairs, and now you can order food and like sodas and like stuff like that. So you eat a little bit, you're watching a little TV, you may take a little nap. Girls will come and do your nails while you're saying, like, these hot fucking Asian broads are like coming up and doing your nails. And like all of a sudden I remember, well, I don't want to jump to the story. So anyway, so they start doing your nails. They're giving you a massage. They're treating you like a fucking king. Like, it is a paradise. So now you go, okay, well, now I want to go get my skin scrubbed, right? So you lay down on this thing, and they're literally scrubbing your back. They put like salts and sand and whatever, and they've got, not sand, but they've got these towels, and they're literally scraping off the top layer of your skin to where you could see it coming off. Like, it's cleansing, very cleansing. and they flip you over to do your other side, and like your eyes are closed, and all of a sudden you're getting scrubbed, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere there's a hand on your dick jacking you off, and you're like, wait, why is the girl jacking? You know what? Go with it. Just go with it, and you don't ask why. Just go with it. The girl's gonna jack you off. So then you get your girl. Then you go back to your room. They call your number. You go and you fuck the girl, which was incredible. Like, incredible. Private room, very clean. They wash you. They sit there and they wash you.
That seems like fucked up. After they jerk you off, then you go to fuck her.
No, there's a rant. No, this is different girls. This is just different rooms.
You still popped a load.
Oh, I didn't come. No, you.
Well, that's miserable in itself.
No, it's just it's so weird.
It's not stress relief if you jerk me off into not completion.
No, you can come at any point. This is just my story is that they'll jack you off to completion. My story was I was just experiencing it, so it was kind of like along this big giant penis journey that I wasn't coming and going and coming and going. But then it got to the point where it wasn't shocking anymore, like what was happening, and I can get into the sex, the perversion of it, and then I started coming during these different things, right?
Condom, no condom.
Condom, for sure, condom. Again, everything's clean. Everything's very clean.
I'm just curious.
So the story goes, we went there a couple times. Now, my one buddy, again, being married, was like passed out in one of the things, but he'd get massages or whatever and the food and blah, blah, blah. But he wasn't trying to fuck. But we kind of hung out because the other guy was Chinese, and he was talking to the girls and on a whole different trip, a whole different thing. But basically it took we were there for 9 hours, and I was fucking all over the place with these girls.
I could imagine it for 9 hours. Holy shit.
9 hours. It cost two dudes $300.
That's unreal. What year was this?
2004 or 5.
I feel like there's been some inflation in 14 years.
In Hong Kong? No.
It's going to be a little bit.
Maybe a little bit, not much.
So 500 will get you done.
Yeah, 500 to get two guys done for 9 hours. Now he came out and he had like a $700 bill for one dude. So we're like going, what are you fucking doing that it's costing you $700 in that back room? You're fucking,
yeah, you're fucking up.
You're ordering little boys, and it's fucking dark where you're at, bro. Like you got 8 girls' tongue in your butthole, or something fucked up is happening. Not that that's bad, but you know what I'm saying. You're going top shelf.
Yeah, you're
going top shelf. Let's fast forward to the fact that this might be too much information, but when I orgasm, I clench my calves. I clench my legs. That's my thing. I could tiptoe or I could be a bit, but that's when I'm getting it. It's like I do that clench, and it's all in the calf muscle. I fucked and came so much that when I was walking down the street in China, trying to go to temples and stuff, I was walking like I was cerebral palsy. It was like I looked like I was a fucking like unfortunately suffering, crippled of some sort of.
The palsy thing seems to be a common occurrence for you.
It was just like it was so they were so knotted up that I couldn't touch them. And in fact, the last girl I went to, let's go get a massage, and I'm like going, no more massages. Come on, man. How much more of this can we take? But
no mas.
No mas. I was tapping, and they're like going, no, come on, one more. So this poor little lady comes in, and I'm laying there, and I'm like, okay, my calves, no. And you're like, no, don't touch them. Just leave them alone. And she grazed one of them. I swear to God, I shot up out of that off that table and almost punched her. I was just like, don't you, And then I'm like, no. And she got it. She got it, the fact that I was fucked. You have to go do it, dude. You have to go to Hong Kong. And I'm such a pig. This is a great story. I'm such a dirty pig. And my one buddy that was married is like, you disgust me. I can't believe that you're my friend, because I want to experience not only the nice, beautiful spa side, I want to go and fuck one of the street girls. So we're like, let's cruise around, because they're everywhere. They're fucking everywhere. I literally found one of the biggest titty, because I like boobs. I found a big boob Chinese street walking hooker.
Natural or implants?
Natural. Yeah, that's only. They're not really big on implants out there. So
That's a shame.
yeah. It is what it is. But they have these things called the pink hotels, and dude, it's like a fucking CSI scene. It's dank and warm. And you know that it's just been a churn and burn of fucking
Like
loads.
you want a black light nowhere near there.
No, you do not want a black light. Like my one buddy wouldn't even walk up the staircase to go up to it so he could check it out. My other buddy went up, opened up the door and went, "Oh, you're fucking sick." And dude, when I was doing it, it was so hot, so sweaty. It was so gross. Of course, they want to shower you, so you had to take a shower first, which made the room fucking
Steamy and
because it was a kind of a bathroom room mix thing, and you're just sitting there pounding away because you've already came 4 times that day, and it's just warm and you're sweating and just like it was horrible. It was. I finished because I'm a pig and gotta do what you gotta do, but it was so shady. Like at any moment, someone could have came in, drugged me, and stole my kidney.
no one wants those.
They're useless, and my liver is useless.
Yeah. See, you're safe.
But you have to go. You have to go to Hong Kong. It's amazing.
I'll do it. I'm totally down. I've been wanting to go to Hong Kong for a minute.
4-hour flight from Japan.
Done and done. David Lord, it is actually about that time. We're going to call last call.
Last call, bitches.
So where can we find you on the social media? Where can we find what you're up to?
David Lord XXX at Twitter. I hang out there, talk shit to Mike Quasar and my friends. You can you see what we're up to in the shenanigans and the apple boxes we like to sit on and shoot porno.
No Instagram, no.
I have an Instagram. I think it's David Lord XXX or David Lord XXX. You'll find me.
Awesome.
Facebook, same thing. David Lord XXX.
Any new projects coming out soon?
We're shooting Saturday. I direct for Devil Film sometimes, and we're doing a fresh teen. It's back to the old school. Andrew Blake, just sexy tees, young, fresh teen faces. We're not reinventing the wheel. We're just having some fun. Actually, that's going to be. Andrew Blake was a big influence on me. I love his stuff, and I've been ripping him off for years. So I get to go be Andrew Blake for poor man's Andrew Blake for the day. So fun times.
Fuck yeah,
dude.
Well, on that note, you can find me at Matt_Slayer on Twitter, Matt Slayer on Instagram, Matt F. Slayer on Facebook, Matt Slayer on Snapchat.
Slayer.
Thank you. You can find the podcast at And Now We Drink on Twitter, and Now We Drink _ on Instagram. Check us out. Do us a solid. Go to iTunes, rate us 5 stars. Give us a shitty review. Just give us 5 stars while you're doing it.
These guys suck, but man, they are 5 stars.
Exactly.
Ghost, and dude, the Ghost. I don't know. You probably have like a canned thing that but guys, Ghost, fucking tequila, dude. I swear to God, I don't even drink. I kind of want to take a swig of this because it just smells amazing, and apparently it tastes good too.
It does. I'm not going to say on air that I will do a shot with you, but
I can't do it. But
no, I'm not going to ask
ridiculous. You to. It smells ridiculously good. It smells. If you like the booze, like I like the booze. It smells so good. You know it's fucking awesome.
It is pretty rad. They're a proud sponsor of this show. But on that note, David Lord, we're going to call it a night.
Peace out.
Night all.